Welcome to the Hines Street Pharmacy Tiger Football Pregame Show from Republic Tiger Sports. We'll look ahead at tonight's game, talk to Republic football coach Dustin Baldwin, and get you ready for football Friday night. And now, here's the Hines Street Pharmacy Tiger Football Pregame Show. Well, the sun is shining, the band is playing, and it's time for football in Republic on a Friday night. Home opener against Nixa. David Brazil alongside Rich Miles, and Rich promises to be a hot night, but a good night of football between a couple of longtime rivals in the COC.
Yeah, it's always a great game when Nixa comes in. It's past 5 or 6 years, it's been kind of a high-scoring game. It seems like a lot of the scoring's been in the second half, but since both schools are really close to each other, the attendance is really good, and like you'd mentioned, it's hot. The weather this week is kind of flip-flop. Last week it was really cool, and today it's much hotter than it was last week, and Coach Baldwin had kind of mentioned that this week, that's something that they were trying to prepare for, is for the heat for this evening.
Speaking of Coach Dustin Baldwin, we'll be talking to him, and we will have an interview we recorded earlier in the week with him coming up after this timeout. Hines Street Pharmacy delivers prescriptions right to your door, and they can often save you money compared to what you're paying at the big box pharmacies. And their drive-up window can help you avoid long lines on your way home from work, too. Hines Street Pharmacy. Experience the hometown difference. Whether you have a hole in your roof or you're missing a single shingle, you know who to call in Republic. It's Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing. Give them a call at 869-0444 or find them online at absoluteroofers.com.
Pinnaker Chevrolet is hitting the big 4-0, and we are celebrating. Hi, this is Abby Pinnaker Rose. I am so excited that we are celebrating my father opening the doors to Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic 40 years ago. We still work by the values he started in 1979, to value each and every customer and to exceed every expectation. If you are looking for a new vehicle, have yours serviced, or need some body repair, stop by and make sure to tell Ed happy anniversary. Find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
We talked after the game about maybe what was most disappointing to you, and you said the team just hadn't looked very disciplined. As you went back and looked at film, is that kind of still the assessment?
Yeah, we didn't. We're not reading our keys. I don't think so defensively, and that's sometimes that's partly discipline, partly inexperience, and so we just have to be mentally tougher and be able to read our keys, stay with it, and be in the right spots.
Nixa coming up. You had a rough first week. Nixa had an even rougher first week, lost 35-0 to a very good Carthage team. And looking at how that game went, that was one of those games that started badly for Nixa and just kind of went downhill. I think they fumbled the opening kickoff, and Carthage scored. And so they had a difficult first week, but you can't necessarily judge a team by how well they play against Carthage, can you?
No, Carthage has been able to do that to a lot of people, so it's no bit, hard to say. They've got talent. They were class 6 last year. No, they were barely class 5. Big school, a lot of good players over there, good coaching staff. They do a good job. They're going to be ready to play. They're going to be hungry. We've lost several close games here to them as of late since I've been here, and I think three games all within a touchdown here the last 3 times we've played them. And so we expect another good game with them, and I think the team that makes the fewer mistakes and team that blocks and tackles and plays the hardest is probably going to win.
As you look at film last week, is it easier or harder as a coaching staff, or does it make a difference when they're, kind of, I don't want to necessarily say overmatched from the beginning, but when it's such a lopsided game, is that harder to evaluate or no?
Not really. What you're really trying to do is evaluate, are they doing that because they're playing Carthage? And we only have one game to go on. So are they doing that because they're playing Carthage and Carthage runs some different schemes than we do, or are they doing that because that's what they do? So from an offensive standpoint, looking at their defense, that's really what you're looking at. And then from a defense, from their offense as well, Carthage plays man all over the field, and so are they running those routes? Are they doing those things because Carthage is in man, or is that something that they're going to do and try to attack us too? So that's really what we try to have to figure out and dissect, and then put our game plan in from there.
Are there a couple of keys that stand out beyond just team that plays harder is going to win as you look? Maybe let's start specifically with their defense. What do you need to do to have success against that defense?
Well, their defensive line always uses their hands really well. I think they have 2 starters back from that group, maybe a third guy that played some. I think they have mostly a new linebacking core, and then they have a few defensive backs back also at the corner position. So I think we're going to have to be physical and run the ball. I mean, if that's what we're going to hang our hat on, that's what we're going to have to do every week. And so you can say that that's a generic answer, but, I mean, that's what we have to do. We have to find a way to do it. We've got to be physical, and they're not going to make it easy on us. They never do. They always do a good job of stopping the run, and so we've got to find ways to move the ball, running the ball, and take our chances when they're there. But I think, offensively, same thing. We got to stop, or defensively, we have to stop the run. I don't remember the name of their running back, but he's a physical kid, runs hard, and they've always been a good running football team, and they put a lot of pressure on you offensively, and so we're going to have to get lined up to formations and play football.
Missed tackles were a big part of last week's problems on defense. I assume that's something that was kind of a focus this week.
Yeah, we've tried to work on being physical and tackling well, and not just but getting off blocks as well, and really reading our keys was probably, after watching film, was the biggest issue. Just lack of the discipline enough to read our key and react the way we're supposed to. Like I mentioned earlier, whether that be playing downhill in a timely manner, to stop the run, or maybe we had some linebackers fit in the wrong spots, and when you go in a place where you're not supposed to, it really opens up another one, and so we saw that on film a lot, and so all those things, you really combine them, and we got to get better at them, and we have to do it now, and that's was our focus this week.
How has practice been this week?
It's good. It's been a hotter week, so the last couple of days we had to take a few more water breaks and get acclimated to the heat. And it might be really hot on Friday. I don't think it's supposed to be quite this hot as it's been in practice, but I'm still going to be in the 80s at game time, I think, on Friday, and so we're going to have to be ready for that heat and be able to play.
All right. Good luck on Friday.
Thanks.
Hashtag Kasasa. Hashtag Mid-Missouri Bank.
What you doing?
Taking a Kasasa selfie.
Kasasa selfie?
Yeah, when I get Kasasa cash back at Mid-Missouri Bank, I take a Mid-Mo Kasasa selfie.
You do take a lot of selfies.
Right. When I get cash back for lunch break debit card swipes, Mid-Mo Kasasa selfie. When I get cash back for weekend debit card swipes,
let me guess, Mid-Mo Kasasa selfie?
Mid-Missouri Bank is building the community bank of the future in the Ozarks today. Visit midmobank.com, member FDIC.
State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a better state. Central Gas Propane is locally owned and operated and offers exceptional customer service when you need it most. They go the extra mile to meet customers' needs with a level of service and communication no other company can beat. Call today to switch and save. Central Gas Propane at 417-725-3833 or online at centralgasmo.com.
I'm Todd Wojciechowski, Executive Vice President at People's Community Bank. Our mission is to put our communities first, and that's true right here in Republic. Whether it's supporting Republic schools or volunteering for one of the nonprofits doing good work in our hometown, all of us at People's Community Bank are committed to making Republic a better place to live. I hope you'll stop in soon and say hi.
People's Community Bank, right on Highway 60. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Well, players introduced, and the smoke has been blown, and we're about to blow some more smoke here in the press box as we've got our keys to the game coming up, sponsored by Elizabeth Gold and Lori Casagrande, realtors at Reese Nichols. You probably know how well they know Republic after years in the community, and you can check their Facebook page to see all the families who've gotten the keys to their own new homes, thanks to Lori and Elizabeth. Whether you're buying or selling, search Facebook for Lori and Elizabeth at Reese Nichols and join the club. And keys to the game, we've got 3 that we're going to talk about. Reduce missed tackles, and I believe, Rich, this is the one that you're going to touch on for us.
Yeah, last week that was kind of one of the glaring points that showed up throughout the game. Was there was a lot of arm tackling last week, and even Coach Baldwin in the pregame show talked about being a lot more responsible at different positions and doing your job. And one of the things, obviously, was better tackling. Arm tackles aren't going to get it done. It obviously didn't get it done versus Branson. A very physical Nixa team. We've got to definitely finish our tackles. And you know that those guys definitely saw that on Saturday morning watching tape. And these guys know exactly what they need to do. And I'm pretty sure, obviously, Coach Baldwin and his staff has definitely shored up that negative spot that we saw in poor tackling.
Tim, force some punts seems something that's a little bit obvious, but after last week, something that bears mentioning.
Yes, Republic defense forced 1 punt last week. They did have a couple of turnovers, but in order to be successful tonight, I think they're going to need to definitely force more punts. If they can get a combination of 7 punts and turnovers, I think they will be successful tonight.
This is a mathematical formula that has been tested in laboratories, and we're going to see if it holds true in the field and on the football field. Third key to the game is read the keys, and this is kind of a related point to the one that Rich made, which is about the missed tackles. If you go back and look at the missed tackles last week, a lot of times the guys were in the wrong place, and by the time they realized somebody was running through the lane they were supposed to be occupying, they weren't really in position to make a good tackle. And so they need to know where they're supposed to be there, and as Rich said, be responsible for the area of the field that they have got to cover on defense. So those are the keys to the game. Every Friday night, we'll take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by realtors Lori Casagrande and Elizabeth Gold at Reese Nichols Realty. Let them hand you the keys to your new home. And we'll be back with the play-by-play as we get underway shortly from Republic as the Tigers play Nixa after this timeout.
So the other morning, my little girl woke up crying.
Hello, nightmare.
No, actually, it was an earache.
Hello, emergency room.
No, not the ER. Heavens, no.
Hello, waiting room.
Not this time.
Hello.
Save my spot.
From Cox Health.
I just went online, picked one of the urgent care walk-in clinics really close by, and they saved my spot in line.
That's health care on your schedule and on your terms.
Hello, convenience.
Visit coxhealth.com to learn more.
Republic Tigers Sports and Cox Health present Republic Tigers Football. Also brought to you by Absolute Roofing, Pinnaker Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance Agent Chris Yoakum, Mid-Missouri Bank, Gold Medal Gym, Heinz Street Pharmacy, Allstate Agent Jesse Pritchett, Far Better Plumbing, Hetty Barbecue Company, Heaven Set Flowers and Gifts, Lori and Elizabeth at Reese Nichols, Yoakum Automotive, Republic Glass, People's Community Bank, Elliott Robinson and Company, LLP CPAs, Central Gas Propane, State Farm Agent Sarah Rader, Rocco's Italian Kitchen, Vision Health Eye Center, the Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency, Crystal Hicks at Southwest Travel, Southern Sun Electric, and New York Life Agent Michael Weeks. And now get ready. It's time for Republic Tigers Football. Southern Sun Electric
keys to the game and talked what the Tigers need to do on offense and defense to have more success tonight than they did earlier. Had the coin flip while we were away, and I was looking down, doing some other stuff. What was the result?
Nixa won and deferred.
So Republic will get the ball first. How important is it, Rich, especially given what Nixa did last week? They fumbled their opening kickoff and gave up an easy touchdown on the opening kickoff to Carthage. How important is it for Republic to get off to a quick start here tonight?
It's going to be very important. It's always nice to set the tone of the game right off the bat. If your offense, especially your kick return team, if your kick return team can get a great return that sets your offense up and it gets the crowd going, it gets the sideline going. If your kick return, gets close to the 50-yard line, gets everybody jacked up. The offense, same thing, gets them energized. And if you can score some points right off the game, you've kind of set the tone for our sideline and their sideline on how the rest of the game's going to go.
Ball is on the tee, and it's Andrew Anello, 5'7", 140-pound kicker, a senior for the Eagles, who will kick it off. Standing back at the goal line for the Tigers is Clay White. And we are underway in the home opener. Ball taken at about the 2-yard line, out past the 20, across the 25. That's Gavin Walker, who runs it out to the 26 before he's brought down. And the Tigers have good field position to start things off.
Yeah, that was a great return. I thought for a second his foot was going to go back in the end zone for a touchback, but he caught it there about the 1-yard line. Had a couple of good blocks up there for a second. I thought he was going to be able to break it, but like I said, you get a good return, you get the crowd going, you get the sideline going. Hopefully that pans out for the offense.
Lucas Hayes calls out the signal, and he's going to hand it off. And a short loss on that opening run by Sterling, who took it and came to the Tigers right toward the near side. And so it's going to be second down and a long 10 now. 3 wide receivers split out wide to the right side. And Nixa jumps offside. So the hard count that worked at least once last week, and Tigers in the JV game earlier this week employed it against Branson to great effect. Branson never seemed to catch on that it was coming, and it worked there. I assume that's going to be against – no, they're going to call it against Republic and say somebody moved, so never mind. I guess they said that a Tiger moved, and the official comes over to pick up the flag, and we'll have some words with Dustin Baldwin.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody move on the offense, and our guys thought it was on the defense too. And since they didn't give a number there, the white hat there, we don't know exactly who moved. But whatever the case, it's going to be 2nd and 15.
Same formation. They fake the handoff, and Hayes is going to roll to his left, tries to get to the outside, turns the corner, picks up about 7 yards, and so gets the Tigers back in decent position here.
That was a good job by Hayes on his fake there and his read. He had a D lineman and a linebacker that came down and bit, thinking that he'd given the ball, and he went out to his left. Half the defense didn't even realize that he had the ball.
Going to throw it, pump fake, and then he dumps it out here in the flat to Sigmund, who is immediately dropped for a loss.
Yeah, he's got to clean that or catch that cleanly there. I think he was a little too worried on some of the Nixa defenders that were going to come up and make the tackle there. Kind of whipped his head around before he could secure the ball, dropped it, fumbled it, and when you got a receiver that's bouncing the ball off the ground, not too many good things are going to come out of that play.
So 4th and 9, and Jared Hughes is back there getting ready to punt. Tigers had a punt blocked because of a bad snap. Long snaps were a problem last week. That snap is good, and a high end-over-end kick is going to land right around midfield and take a Nixa bounce back across the 50, and got away from, it was Ryan Epperson who had a hand on it, got away from him, but that's going to be down at the 46 of Republic, and so Nixa in Republic territory to start things off.
That ball should actually be moved farther back because when he initially touched it, that's when the ball is down.
I was just thinking that to myself, wondering if there's some different rule in high school that I should be aware of. And
if I was a Republic staff, I'd be questioning the spot of that ball there.
So Reed Potts, the quarterback, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. They're going to go up top, and it is almost picked off down there. Blake Hullen reached in and almost took the ball away, intended for Evan Long. And good defensive play.
Yeah, if you look at that replay, the Nixa receiver was wide open there for a second, but then was covered there at the last second. But Nixa's lined up real quick.
And they run it out inside the 40. Alex Wentz, the 6-foot, 190-pound running back senior. Good yardage on second down. Hullen drags him down. It's going to be third and about 4.
Again, just like last week playing Branson, it's going to be another offense that's going to wear on the defense with the no huddle.
Hand it off again, and this time there to stop him was the Tiger defense, and that was Epperson. He reached in and grabbed and pulled him down.
Yep, and I think Justin Sturdivant was in on that also. Kind of a tackle by committee there. He was more whipped down to the ground than he was actually tackled.
So fourth down and about 6. Maybe more like 5 for Nixa. Fake the handoff. They're going to throw, and he slings it, and it is off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Caleb Pierce. Pierce was open and had an opportunity to make the catch, but couldn't haul it in. And the Tigers take over on downs. Our first quarter scoreboard sponsor is Absolute Roofing. Thanks to Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing for their support of Republic Tiger Sports.
What a great opening drive for our defense right there to make Nixa have to punt. Initially thought that would be a kind of a bad position for our defense due to the fact that Nixa was able to get some good field position on their punt return.
Two backs back there with Hayes, and he fakes the handoff to Sterling, and he's going to go up top, has a man open, just overthrew Clay White. White had broken free and couldn't quite get there.
Man, that's one of those plays where you say you wish you had back. I don't know if that's something that maybe Hayes takes off a little bit off that throw, or maybe Clay White kind of maybe misread just how much juice Lucas was going to throw there, because Clay White's a very fast young man, so I think he could have easily ran underneath that ball.
8:45 left to go in the first quarter. And Hayes fakes the pitch and then goes back the other way, and there were a host of defenders there to meet him. And so a loss on that down.
Not sure if that was a busted play or not.
I don't know, yeah.
He kind of looked confused, like he didn't know what he was going to do with the ball, and then realized something wasn't going on and decided to just keep the ball himself and go to the left.
Yeah, hard to tell to me whether that was like a designed fake, but then it didn't act like a designed fake.
Right, because it didn't fake anybody out.
And also, nobody else did what they would have done if it were a fake. Looking to throw downfield. Instead, he's going to tuck it and run, and Hayes has room out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. And that's going to bring up, that's going to bring up fourth down at about 5, maybe 4.
It's like that was a quick decision made. The punt team came out. Yep. We get a good punt off here. Pin Nixa deep in their own territory. Nixa's confused. They got guys running on and off the field, and they have more than 11 guys out there. So it looks like Nixa's going to call timeout.
Yep, Nixa has to call a timeout. We'll take one as well. 7:39 left to go in the first quarter, and we'll be back with more after this. Southern Sun Electric's a proud sponsor of the Classroom Spotlight. They encourage all student athletes not to settle for just good enough on the field, on the court, or in the classroom. Keep pushing yourself to higher levels and go Repmo from Southern Sun Electric. It's easier than ever to get your Rocco's Pizza fix. Place your order on their website at roccositaliankitchen.net or call them with one tap inside the Republic Tiger Sports mobile app. And don't forget dessert, because Rocco's is serving homemade ice cream prepared right on site. Rocco's Italian Kitchen. Pizza, pasta, perfection. It's easier than ever to get your...
So Hughes out there to punt again as we are just about ready to get underway. Midway through the first quarter, no score, Tigers and Eagles. And a good punt, fair catch called for and caught at about the 22-yard line, and that's where Nixa will take over next.
Much better field position for our defense this time, with the ball being on about the 23-yard line instead of being on the 46, 47-yard line on our side on the previous. Hopefully defense can do exactly what they did on the opening drive, is shut Nixa down. Nixa really didn't have anywhere to go. They tried to pass it 2 different times. The ball was on the mark for the receivers, but both times receivers just weren't able to come up with a catch.
Potts hands it off, and the defense is there to make the stop.
Was that Hayden Moody that was in there messing things up? Or Cody Morehouse, one of the two.
Yep,
yeah,
Morehouse
Cody Morehouse. Man, he got in the backfield quick.
2nd down and 11, so both offenses having trouble. And Nixa will throw. Scrambling out of there, gets away from pressure, out across the 25, and tiptoeing out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. Near first down yardage. I don't think he quite got it. Going to be a couple of yards short. Clay White ushered him out of bounds. 7 minutes exactly left to go in the first quarter. Still no score. Big 3rd and 2 coming up for the Tiger defense. Tigers going with a 4-man front this week. That's different from last week. And they get in and disrupt the play. And 3 or 4 Tigers in there up off the bottom of the pile.
I think Cooper Lander is in there.
Austin O'Hara was in there as well.
Defense looks a lot more hungry and more aggressive compared to last week.
And I wonder, the 4-man front is getting a more of a push than last week. And also everybody seems to know a little, after a week of game action, a little better where they're supposed to be on each play. So Anello will punt it away for Nixa. 4th and 3. And whistle and a flag. And
I don't think they got the ball off in time. I see the play clock at 0.
Yep, so that's going to push him back 5 yards.
It looked like he signaled an illegal substitution.
Maybe somebody.
Yeah, delay game. Pretty interesting considering how quickly their punt team was out there. You wouldn't think they would have a delay game.
Well, in any event, that pushes him back, and he'll be punting from inside his 10. And it goes over his head into the end zone. He's going to go back and try and run it out. Now he finally takes a knee. And so it's going to be a safety for the Tigers. And for the first time ever, Director Matty Hall gets to put 2 points up on the board on a football game.
And that's something that, as a punt team, you're always worried about. When your punter is close to that end zone, obviously you're always worried about the ball going over the punter's head, but when you're that close to the end zone and the ball sails over the punter's head and the punter's scrambling back there and he knows that he's got defenders bearing on him and he's kind of bobbling the ball, nothing kind of comes out good for the punter when he's scrambling around.
That better look at the action was sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health is committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. And we will take a break and be back with more. The Tigers lead 2-0, and we'll have the ball when we come back after this.
For more than 30 years, Yoakum Automotive has been the hometown auto repair shop you can trust, and with their new digital vehicle inspections, their mechanics will show you exactly what's wrong with your car and let you sign off before the repairs are made. Ask about their shuttle service and loaner vehicles when scheduling your appointment online at yoakumautomotive.com. Elliott Robinson and Company, LLP, Certified Public Accountants, is Republic's local full-service accounting firm, serving as your trusted business advisors. And this year, they're making possible our By the Numbers feature, where we look at stats that catch our eye on the Republic sports scene. Elliott Robinson and Company, conveniently located in the Wildwood Plaza across from Pinnaker Chevrolet, or find them online at ercpa.com.
So the Tigers take a 2-0 lead. I think in all the years we've done it, is that the first time the Tigers have gotten a safety?
Yeah, I don't remember us calling a safety near the time, for or against.
I'd be surprised if they hadn't given one up over the years with some of the things that have happened, but I don't know. Kick is pretty good all the way back at the 20 and out past the 30 into the crowd of bodies at about the 35. And finally dragged down. And these low contrast numbers on the colorblind announcer are really killing me, but that was Gavin Walker, who took the kick and ran it back out to near the 40. Good spot for the Tigers. And they take over in fine field position.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try to go back to that same pass play that Clay White was just streaming down. I'm not saying the first play, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do it if this drive keeps going.
3 wide receivers, and White comes in motion to the near side, so it's trips to the right now. Sigmund in the backfield with Hayes. Fake the handoff, and Hayes keeps it, goes about 2 yards, and he is hit and dropped. Good tackle there by Stephen Ward, 6-foot junior, who stuck him and dropped him. He ended up gaining about 3, so it's going to be 2nd down and 7, 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. And the pass is bounced to White. White caught it, but it's incomplete. Hayes short-armed it a little bit. And so that'll be the 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if there was anything really there that was able to kind of block him or cause him to short on that, but Clay would have caught that, would have been right close to the first down marker.
3rd and 7, low snap. Hayes handles it. Screen pass is complete and then shut down, as it was Stephen Ward the second there to make the hit. And Clay White took the ball and turned and immediately hit a defender. I think if he just turned the other way, there was an opening, but he turned right to where the guy was waiting to tackle him with open arms.
That is a play where the O-linemen have to go downfield and set up some blocks, and there was a couple of missed blocks by the left side of the O-line that could have blown that play wide open.
Yeah, your screen pass with no blocks is upfield is tough. So the punt is away. Hughes is busy. And it is downed by Jaden Appleberry, who jumped in there and grabbed it. And so Nixa will take over. Trailing 2-0. The Tigers got a safety earlier in this quarter to grab that 2-0 lead.
It's been definitely the battle of the defenses so far early in this game. Both offenses have kind of struggled to kind of get the ball going, get some mojo going, but both Nixa and Republic defenses have been very, very physical, very aggressive, very hungry, not being fooled by too many trick plays.
Potts hands it off, and again, the Tiger defense is there for the stop. The running game is being shut down by the Tigers.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that there is some coaching and adjustment changes there on the defense, and like we'd mentioned, is that something that the guys are just that much physical and hungry this week compared to last week, or the difference in going to a 4-man front?
Alex Wentz got the ball and didn't go anywhere. 2nd down and 10. Fake the handoff. They're going to throw it in the flat. It is caught and a missed tackle, and it may turn into a touchdown. And it is going to turn into a touchdown, as going all the way is Evan Long. And again, it's a missed tackle. And let's watch the replay. There was only one man back there. The Tigers had sold out on the run, and Nixa made them pay.
I think Blake Cohen went for the interception instead of the tackle.
That better look at the action was sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health is committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. Just like that, it's 6-2. Nixa takes the lead. Extra point attempt is up and good. And with 3:43 left to go in the first quarter, Nixa leads it now 7-2. We'll take a break and be back with more. After this, you're watching Republic Tiger Football on Republic Tiger Sports.
When you need a plumber, you usually need one fast, but you also want one who'll do the job right. In Republic, that's Far Better Plumbing. Whether it's residential, commercial, or you need excavation, call Far Better and let them take away the stress of your plumbing problem. Call them at 864-8703 or find them online at farbetterplumbing.com. Any day's a great day to send flowers. Heaven Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to heavenssentflowers.com.
Vanello has it teed up. And let's see what the Tiger offense can do. See if they can get things going. It's been a slow start. They've shown bright spots. That one is going to be through the hands of Walker and into the end zone, and the Tigers will start on the 20-yard line. Well, Rich, what's the Republic offense doing that needs to change? They, at times they move the ball, but then they'll have a two-yard loss, 3-yard loss that sets them back.
Well, there's going to need to be some consistency, just exactly what you're saying. They've got to do some back-to-back plays that give positive yardage. I don't know if we've even gotten a first down yet, so that could be one objective that we need to check off the list, is getting our first down.
Hayes is going to keep it and drag down from behind, and that was a nice play by Matthew Vorse, the defensive lineman, who got into the backfield. And Hayes, it looked like he might just about be free and have an opening, but he was dragged down from behind, gain of 3. Looked like it was going to be a lot more than that. 2nd and 7 coming up, 3:21 left to go in the first. Sigmund and Sterling back there on either side of Hayes. Fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, and it is caught. And Walker takes it out past the 30, near the 35. And that's the first down that Rich Miles was talking about.
And that's the same pass play that was successful against Branson, hitting Gavin just right in the middle of the field for about 5 or 6 yards.
And incomplete pass on first down. I think that Lucas Hayes was expecting Landon Porter to cut to the outside, and instead he cut to the inside.
And that's the communication right there that needs to be corrected pretty quickly. When your QB and your receivers are thinking different routes, that never ends good. And right there, we're just lucky enough that it ended in incompletion instead of pick 6 going the other way.
2nd and 10. Sigmund goes in motion. They fake a pitch and a breakdown on the offensive line, and Hayes is snowed under before he can do anything with it.
We saw that earlier on the last drive where Lucas looks like he fakes the pitch and then keeps it, and just like the first time that play happened, it resulted in a loss. So I'm not exactly sure what that play is supposed to be, but so far it hasn't resulted in anything positive.
Maybe they're building up to something. Maybe the third time he's actually going to pitch it, and they're going to score a touchdown. This time he's going to step up in the pocket. He's got a little room, comes to the near side, lowers the shoulder, gets out past the 35 to about the 37, but he's going to be short of the first down, well short, as that was 3rd and 13, and the Tigers will have to kick it away. Here comes Hughes again. Well, last week the Tigers were 3 of 4 in the red zone, and this week they have not yet gotten to the red zone. Hopefully if they get there, they can keep that high percentage up. Another good snap. That's been an improvement from last week when almost every long snap had something wrong with it, and this week it's been pretty solid and pretty consistent. Fair catch. And the teams will trade sides again. Here comes the Nixa offense. Nixa hasn't moved the ball any better than Republic. They had the one busted play that went for a touchdown, but neither offense has done very much so far.
You're exactly right. Both defenses have been hungry. I don't know if that's more of just the offenses not being able to execute the game plan, but so far both defenses look great out there.
1:56 left to go in the first quarter, and they turn and hand it off. And a gain of about 3 yards as they gave it to Alex Wentz. 6 foot, 190 pounds, a senior. And he's the workhorse on the backfield for the Nixa Eagles. Sturdivant comes in and brings him down. 2nd down and 6. They say he gained 4. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Potts is going to throw it in the flat, and it is off the fingertips of Wentz. Try to get him out there in isolation and see what he could do, but was unable to bring it in.
That was a good job by our defensive line. Our defensive line was harassing Potts. He just couldn't plant his feet and get a good throw out there. And that's what we need to do. Every single time the QB is passing the ball, we need to have at least one guy in his face.
Big 3rd down and 6 play here. They're going to throw it, and it is complete out across midfield. Big gain down the far sideline, finally pushed out of bounds. That is Caleb Pierce, 6'2" wide receiver, a senior, and he takes it deep into Republic territory before he's knocked out of bounds at about the 20. Hullen finally got him out of bounds over there.
Yeah, number 8 for Nixa, Caleb Pierce. He just coming across the middle of the field. Potts hit him right smack in the middle of the field, and when you've got a receiver that's over 6 feet tall, that makes it a little bit easier for your QB to hit the target.
So Nixa, the first team in the red zone tonight, and the ball is
on
loose,
the ground.
And it goes into the end zone, and Nixa's going to jump on it.
And they score a touchdown. Wow.
So the Tigers had an opportunity, but Evan Long jumped on the ball, and crazy play, but turns into a touchdown. The ball comes loose at about the 8-yard line, goes all the way to the end zone, and Evan Long jumps on it. And that replay and better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. So 13-2, and that's a bad break for the Tigers. They forced the fumble but couldn't recover, and the extra point is down, then up, then good. And just like that, with 56 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Nixa takes a 14-2 lead. We'll take a break and be back with more, see if the Tigers can answer after this timeout.
Hey now, Cracker Jack Shack.
Cracker Jack Shack has got your back with custom apparel for your club, organization, or business. And they take screen printing to the next level with amazing new software that lets you track your order online from concept to artwork to the finished product. Link it, see it, click it, get it. Only at the Shack.
Always on time and right on track. Cracker Jack Shack, we got your back. Cracker Jack Shack.
Parents and grandparents, it's not too late to make great memories with your high school students before they head off for college. One way to do that is the gift of travel. Republic Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks has helped lots of families make those memories, and she's standing by to help you too. Just drop her a line, Crystal at southwesttravel.biz, and let her do the planning for you. And all without additional fees. That's Southwest Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks in Republic. Black Lab Coffee is more than just amazing coffee. It's the locally owned coffee shop where you can drop in, be greeted by name, and enjoy a quiet place to work or some peaceful conversation. Black Lab Coffee at 545 East Elm Street in Republic.
Well, Tigers down 14-2 against Nixa and need some offense. Offense hasn't scored yet, and the ball is going to bounce and go into the end zone. And the Tigers will again take over on the 20-yard line.
And again, that defense has done some great things. They've harassed the QB. They've stopped the running game a couple of times. It's just you take away two big plays, and that's kind of the difference of the game right there.
And the Tigers haven't been able to connect on the big plays. They had an opportunity with a pass. And Hughes is out there at quarterback and throws a pass to Landon Porter.
Yeah, and as soon as Landon Porter caught that, he just didn't have anywhere to go. It wasn't a clean catch anyways, but even if it was a clean catch, he wasn't going to get much yardage on that. The Nixa defense read that pretty good.
So I don't know what the situation is, but Jared Hughes in there at quarterback right now for the Tigers. I was getting frantic hand signals from next door up here in the press box, and they were asking me something. I couldn't read their lips. I think they were asking what was going on. Hughes stays on his feet, struggles forward, gains about 3 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and about 5 coming up. Well, no, 3rd and about 7 for the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't see Lucas being attended to or being talked to on the sideline, so I'm not exactly sure.
Well, that's going to bring it to the end of the first quarter in any event. And at the end of one, Nixa has the lead 14-2. We're going to take a break, and the Tigers will have the ball when we start the second quarter when we come back after this.
Gold Medal Gyms is where Republic athletes build a foundation for future success. Whether it's gymnastics, cheerleading, or tumbling, young athletes learn skills that prepare them to take on virtually any sport they choose. Sign up for your free trial at their gorgeous facility at Highway 60 and Highway M. Gold Medal Gyms, raising the bar for Republic athletics. Hetty Barbecue Company is home to great barbecue, including the famous Pig Nasty Sandwich. And they're also home to the Mid-Missouri Bank Repmo Football Show every Wednesday night. Go in and check them out or call them for takeout at 732-4BBQ. Every insurance company hopes you drive safely, but Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast, brake too hard, and gives you feedback to help you drive safer and lower your cost. Contact Republic agent Jesse Pritchett to learn more. That's Allstate agent Jesse Pritchett in Republic.
Tiger Pride Band trying to get the fans riled up as Republic has the ball to start the second quarter, trailing 14-2. And Jared Hughes in there at quarterback. Takes the snap and throws it over the middle. Nice spiral, but overthrew everybody. I think that was intended for Sigmund. Sigmund indicates he thought he was held, but it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Well, right there you can see that Jared definitely has the arm. That pass right there.
It was a pretty pass, except for where it went.
Right. The location was off, but definitely the trajectory of that was pretty good.
And I guess one advantage of having Hughes out there was when he's got a punt, he just stays out there. Doesn't have to run out and get tired. Stayed out and punted it, and right up the sideline, breaking a couple of tackles into Tiger territory Evan Long. So Long recovers the fumble for a touchdown earlier and then went right by a couple of defenders and took it all the way to the Republic 40 where Nixa will start off.
And that right there is one of our keys to the game was doing some better tackling. And two missed tackles right there allowed the punt return man to pick up the ball and just kind of run down the sideline with ease before being pushed out.
So 1st and 10 for Nixa, and they hand it off. Again, the Tiger defense is there, and a nice stop coming up and making the hit in the backfield. That was Easton Prevost.
Colin Eli, the ball carrier, no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for Nixa from their Republic 40.
Colin Eli carried the ball, got back to the line of scrimmage before Prevost came up. Oh, and Giles in there as well on the tackle. That's who Ken Knierim gave credit to on it. So we'll give them both credit. And now a whistle before the snap.
Well, that was a quick flag. That
motion penalty on the offense.
Okay.
So illegal motion against Nixa backs him up. It's going to be 2nd down and 15 now.
And that's the thing. There hasn't been consistency on the offense, and now we're starting to see not consistency on the defense. We're that play right there, we shut the run game down, but we might turn around and give up a big play. So that's something that both sides of the field needs to work on, is the consistency.
Again, 4-man front for the Tigers.
You can't have 2 guys in motion.
And there go the flags after the fact. Ball is incomplete. But, yeah, shouldn't have even gotten the play off.
That was pretty blatant there. You had one guy going to the right, one going to the left. That was a pretty easy call for the White Hat to throw the flag. But whatever the case, that's back-to-back plays for the offense going the wrong direction.
So are they going to mark that off, or are they going to decline it? 2nd down and 15. What it was, they decline it, so it'll be 3rd down and 15. And really, that's ends up working against Nixa that they didn't blow the whistle. They let the play go. Nixa probably would have rather not had the option, would have rather had the extra down at this point. But since the play was run, kind of gave Republic an opportunity to say, no, we'll go ahead and burn the down. And the handoff to Colin Eli.
I think that was Austin O'Hara that came up, made that tackle there. Austin obviously not afraid to get his nose there, get it dirty.
Nope.
Came flying up and stuck that running back.
McKinley Woods got in there a little bit as well. And so 4th down and 12 for the Eagles. They are in Republic territory on the 42, 43.
Kind of surprised Nixa isn't going for it.
I guess long enough at 4th and 12, they decide might as well punt it away. Fair catch being called for and made down there by Prevost. And so the Tigers will take over. About just short of the 16-yard line.
Since our offense is kind of pinned back a little bit, this is definitely going to be a part of the game and part of the field that we can't have any errors. We can't have any fumbles or interceptions or anything like that, so that Nixa has a short field. So if anything, this needs to be a very clean set of downs for the offense.
And Lucas Hayes is back out there after taking one series off. So Hughes went out. They kept Hayes on the sideline, and now he's back out. And now Hullen takes it, and he's hit and dropped. Tried to get to the corner, and there just was no room. As a couple of defenders came up there, Alex Wentz came up and hit him out of a linebacker spot. And the clock ticking down to 9:52 left in the first half. Tigers trailing 14-2. Second and 11. Hayes tried the hard count. Hulland is back there with him. Sigmund is split out wide to the right, along with a couple of other guys whose numbers I can't read. And not much running room for Hullen. Takes it out past the 15, but short gain brings up a long third down.
Yeah, those two plays right there, the offensive line just wasn't able to get a very good push. Kind of makes it difficult for the running back to pick a lane whenever the lanes aren't just opening up there. The Nixa's D-line's doing a good job in stalemating our guys, so that's definitely going to be something they're going to have to address at halftime on the offensive line, is you guys got to get yourself, flat-backed, heads up, and get a good push on that Nixa D-line.
Clay White and Sigmund are split out wide to the near side. They send Hullen in motion to get him free, and the pass is thrown out in front of him. Couldn't bring it in. So just led him a little too much trying to get it off, but I don't know that he would have had any place to go with the defense bearing down on him. Nixa doesn't look fooled by anything Republic's doing on defense. They've got somebody, no matter what Republic has tried, Nixa has had a guy in the spot to stop it, and they do it again, and again Republic will have to punt it away.
This is got to be a good snap here so it doesn't go in the end zone.
Standing on the 2-yard line, Hughes gets it off, and another good kick, drives him all the way back all the way to the Nixa 40. Long is trying to pick his way forward, gets across midfield, has running room between a couple of more guys, breaks another tackle, spins down inside the 25, all the way down to the 24. He stepped out.
But I think it's going to be called back with the flag, so I think if this is against Nixa, that long run is going to be for naught.
Let's see if we can catch the penalty.
The flag is back here about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't see it happen before we got the replay. So block in the back, and that is a big break for Republic. The game of field position has been won by Nixa so far. Even when they haven't moved the ball, they've gradually gone, they'll drive it 15 yards and punt it, then Republic will drive it 5 and punt it, and it had gradually pushed Hughes back so that he was standing almost in the end zone.
And that's going to be huge, too, because that's going to be from the spot of the foul.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, so back even further. That's behind the spot where Long ended up backpedaling to after he caught the ball.
So instead of it being inside the 30 on Republic side, is now going to be back to the 33-yard line on Nixa side of the field.
Tigers need a turnover. Potts is going to roll out to his left and throw it. Got a man wide open up the sideline. It's caught. And Sam Cochran takes it all the way into Tiger territory down near the 35-yard line. Finally dragged down there by Prevost. Prevost, since he's been in, made some big plays, but that's not necessarily a good sign. You don't want your safety making all your plays. That's what's happened. There have been a couple of years in past years when we've done that where safety's gotten a lot more action than you would normally want him to. They're going to throw it again, and it is high, intended for Evan Long.
We've heard Evan Long's name called pretty several times this evening for Nixa. Seems like wherever number 2 goes, the ball seems to go that way for Nixa.
And wherever the ball goes, that's where he goes on defense. He's the one that recovered the punt or the fumble in the end zone for the touchdown. High snap taken by Potts, and a punishing hit delivered either to or by Wentz as Tommy DeAndrea came up and made a hit. And
Tommy came flying in there, and I think it was just both of them just huge hit by both guys. Just made that look like some good replay.
Potts is going to throw it, slings it, and it's intercepted in the middle, and taken away.
Who was that?
By Jared Hughes. So Hughes has done a lot, has punted a bunch of times, came in for a series at quarterback, and now picks off a pass. And he was in the right place.
Yeah,
and
he was.
Brought
He
it in
stepped right in front of that.
A better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health, committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. 7:39 left to go in the second quarter. Officials timeout for a water break because of the heat. We'll take a break as well. We'll be back with more after this. Tigers trailing 14-2, but we'll try to turn it around after this break.
New York Life agent Michael Weeks is a proud supporter of Republic Tiger Athletics, and this fall he's also sponsoring our weekly Player of the Game feature. Every week you can find a Player of the Game alongside our game summary at RepublicTigerSports.com. Thanks to New York Life agent Michael Weeks for his support of Republic Tiger Sports. Republic Glass has been a part of our community since 1972, and they've been family-owned and operated all the way. Whether it's commercial, residential, or auto, or a mirror or shower door that needs attention, Republic Glass has you covered. Call them at 732-7044. If it's glass, you want Republic Glass on East Harrison, across from the post office in Republic, or at 732-7044.
Lucas Hayes hands it off to Sigmund, who jumps over a tackler and is dragged down after a short gain out to about the 30, but it's going to be second down and 8.
That play right there, it only resulted in a few yards, but that's one of the few plays that I've seen where the Republic offensive line has just gotten a really good push on Nix's D-line, so hopefully they can keep that going.
They're going to throw it, get it to Clay White. He catches it, takes it near the 40 before he's pulled back. But it's going to be enough for a first down for the Tigers, and they move the chains. It's the second first down of the night.
Yes, it's the second first down, and both of them, I think, by Clay White catching the ball.
7:07 left to go in the second quarter. Sure would be nice to see the Tigers' offense get on the scoreboard. They've scored 2 points, but that was the defense on that safety. Sigmund in the backfield. Gets some instructions from Hayes. Waves a man in motion, fakes the handoff, is going to keep it, goes behind a couple of blockers, squeezes through a hole and gains about 3 yards. Brings up second down and 7. Good patient running by Hayes on that one. Let's take another look at it. As he got in behind his blockers, there wasn't a lot of space, but he just kind of picks his way forward and gains 3. That better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health, committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. Second down for the Tigers. They give it to Sigmund. Sigmund bounces it once, bounces it twice, finally turns it upfield, but only manages to gain a couple of yards. The defense for Nixa is doing such a great job of stretching it out and making it hard for the Tigers to get to the corner.
You're exactly right. They've been doing a great job stretching out towards the sideline, not giving our running backs or receivers too much real estate out there, and you haven't seen the Knicks defense give up too many missed tackles either. Whenever they've got a defender there, the tackle is pretty clean.
Down to 5:46 left to go. Ball on the far hash mark. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side near the sideline. Hayes fakes it to Sigmund, looks to throw over the middle, has his man and hits him for a first down. And that was Gavin Walker who made the reception into Nixa territory.
And that's been a pass play right there that they did a few times with success versus Branson. Has already done it once in the first quarter. So whatever that play is that where Gavin just kind of sets up right in the middle of the field, I would keep coming back to that until Nixa stops it.
Two backs in the backfield now with Hayes. Wide receiver split out wide to each side. Hayes is going to roll. Throw it. It is tipped in the air and falls harmlessly to the turf.
Pass over the middle is incomplete. Tipped by a Nixa defender.
Who was that intended for?
Well, I lost track of him as I watched the ball. Childs is the one who
we got a flag on the far field.
Yep, it's over there by the Nixa bench. I wonder if it's going to be a sideline warning. Would this be the first sideline warning of the year?
I think it's against Republic.
No. Looks like they're going to walk it off.
They were asking they wanted to decline or not.
I'd rather have a sideline warning.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, the offense.
That was kind of a slow developing play, and that's when you get that. Hayes started to roll and then kind of dropped back, and by the time he did that, they had an illegal man downfield. So first and 15 for the Tigers, and there's the mistake that has cost them an earlier drive. Let's see if they can overcome it this time. Pump fake by Hayes. Now he's going to go long. Tries to hit White, and again, just overthrew him.
Just beyond the outstretched
Let's take another look.
hands of Clay White. Ben Mills providing coverage.
Of course, they connected on a long touchdown pass last week, but they've had several of these that White just can't quite get to. That better look at the action sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health is committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com.
And Lucas must just be really throwing that with a lot of juice on it, because Clay White's a fast young man.
Over the middle and incomplete, and I don't know if that was intended for Prevo or not.
Yeah, I think that was
Walker.
Gavin Walker there. In the past time where he's caught that, he's just set up right in the middle of the field. That time it looked like he was just doing a corner route, and some confusion either with where the receiver is supposed to go or where the quarterback was supposed to throw it. Again, we've seen that a few times last week and a couple times tonight, just the miscommunication between the QB and the receiver running his route.
So 3rd down and 15. Hayes got away from trouble, threw it over the middle, and complete.
Good catch.
Great reception upfield by Sterling, who went in between defenders and made the catch. Great route by Sterling and a great throw by Lucas Hayes, and a good job getting away from pressure there. And then over the middle, threaded the needle. And a better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com.
We got a timeout called.
4:32 left to go in the first half. Timeout Republic. They want to talk things over. They're on the move. And we'll be back with more after this.
Here's a touchdown for your family budget. Combine your home and auto insurance and save money with State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Find her online at sarahrader.com. Vision Health Eye Center. Outstanding eye care, exceptional eyewear. From glasses, prescriptions, and contact lens fittings to emergency eye care, they help your family see, feel, and look better than they ever have before. Check them out online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. The Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency is Republic's new independent insurance agency, and that means they can shop around to get you the best price to meet your insurance needs. Whether it's home, auto, farm, or commercial insurance, call the Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency, simplifying your insurance experience.
Well, Nixa has shut down the run and daring Republic to throw it, and they've thrown it, and they've started to move the ball. So good to see the Tigers taking advantage of what Nixa has given them. 1st and 10, and they hand it off, but we've got a whistle and a flag on the ground.
Ball start on the offense.
Illegal procedure. We'll back the Tigers up, so it'll be 1st and 15 again.
From the Nixa 30.
Ball start on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
Obviously something you don't want. This is a drive, one of the better drives we've had all evening, and hopefully this penalty here doesn't just stall this.
Well, they overcame the last one, but it took them 3 plays to do it. Hayes is going to keep it, and again, shut down. Look, it looks like there's a hole when he decides to keep it. He makes the read, but Nixa closing that gap very quickly, and he hasn't been able to do much whenever he has kept it.
Yeah, Nix's defense is doing a good job of shedding the Republic blocks. You're exactly right. So when you look at it from up here, it looks like he's got a big hole, but just as quickly as that hole opens up, it shuts down.
Man in motion is Sterling. Fake the pitch, and Hayes is going to keep it, and that time there's room. That's the third time they've run that play. And he took it ahead for about 7 yards. And maybe 6, and that's going to bring third down and about 6 from the 21-yard line.
And this is finally the first time that particular play has been successful. The 2 previous times, it just looked like a little bit of confusion, and the fact that Nixa's defense didn't bite on it. And that time, the Nixa defense bit on that fake. Lucas is able to go right up the middle.
And the defense jumps. And we're going to get a flag late. And they're going to call it against Republic. And Dustin Baldwin is not going to be very happy with that. I think what they said was they weren't going to call it on Nixa, and when Republic turned around to ask, somebody moved, asking why there wasn't a penalty. And so they end up getting backed up 5 more yards. So now instead of 3rd and 6, it's 3rd and 11. That's a tough one, and Republic's going to call a timeout. So we'll take a timeout as well. 3:12 left to go in the second quarter. Tigers trailing 14-2, but on the move. And we'll be back with more after this timeout.
Hines Street Pharmacy delivers prescriptions right to your door, and they can often save you money compared to what you're paying at the big box pharmacies. And their drive-up window can help you avoid long lines on your way home from work, too. Hines Street Pharmacy. Experience the hometown difference. Whether you have a hole in your roof or you're missing a single shingle, you know who to call in Republic. It's Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing. Give them a call at 869-0444 or find them online at absoluteroofers.com.
Pinnaker Chevrolet is hitting the big 4-0, and we are celebrating. Hi, this is Abby Pinnaker Rose. I am so excited that we are celebrating my father opening the doors to Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic 40 years ago. We still work by the values he started in 1979, to value each and every customer and to exceed every expectation. If you are looking for a new vehicle, have yours serviced, or need some body repair, stop by and make sure to tell Ed happy anniversary. Find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com. Pinnaker Chevrolet.
So 3rd down and 11 after the timeout. Tigers will try to convert. They're in 2-down territory with 3:12 left to go in the first half. Hayes barks out the signal. Fakes it to Sterling, looks to throw, tosses it up top, has a man open,
awesome,
into the end zone, touchdown, Tigers!
Is that Riley Sigmund?
Landon Porter went up and grabbed it, and a great on-the-money pass from Lucas Hayes. In stride, Porter brings it down and into the end zone, and the Tigers cut the lead to 14-8.
And Porter is able to just get wide open on that.
Yeah, went right by the man there. A better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. And the kick is blocked by Nixa. So it's going to remain a 6-point game. Really, if you're going to have an extra point blocked, best night to have it happen is when you already scored a safety. Because the difference between 8 and 9 probably not going to make a big difference unless a lot of things change between now and the end of the game. Tigers did not start that play in the red zone, I don't believe, did they? They actually were on the 21, so they still haven't technically been in the red zone. Last week, we mentioned earlier, they were in the red zone 3 of 4 times. This week, they haven't been in the red zone yet. They've still scored 8 points, 2 on a safety, and then that touchdown, but that started outside of the red zone. And so still looking for their first red zone trip. Maybe they can get a turnover here and see if they can cut into this 14-8 lead. This Tigers trip to the red zone, sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com. Kick is up and taken at about the 15-yard line. past the 35 to the 36 before finally being brought down. That was Michael Sportsman on the return. Tigers slow to get up.
Eli on the return for the Eagles.
Eli, rather, on the return.
Ball currently marked at the 36-yard line. Penalty flag at the 28.
Let's see what this is. I don't know what that was. He looked like he was opening his shirt like Superman. So I'm not sure what that signal is, but I feel better because Ken Knierim doesn't know what it is either. He just said penalty against the kicking team.
Well, no, that's a 15-yard penalty, as well it should if the referee opens his shirt.
Yeah, I remember hearing that back when I was a kid. If the referee opens his shirt, you know it's a personal foul.
Personal foul on the return team. Penalties half the distance. First down.
So just a personal foul. There you go. That microphone really came in handy on that one. 2:57 left to go in the second quarter. It's 14-8 Nixa, and the Tigers have Nixa in rough field position to start this drive. Handoff up the middle, and still on his feet out near the 20 is Alex Wentz. Gained about 5. Brings up second down and 5 for the Eagles. 2:46. Eagles probably not in a huge hurry. And Republic had to burn 2 of its timeouts earlier, so they've only got 1. Otherwise, they might be calling a timeout here to stop Nixa. Potts is going to roll to his left. Can't find anybody open. Now he stops and is going to throw it, and he throws it out of bounds. Upfield, incomplete. Third down and 5. Stops the clock. 2:23 left to go. And now if the Tigers can stop them on this down, then they will call a timeout. And we'll get the ball back with pretty good field position, hopefully.
And that's one of the few times that our defensive line has harassed Nix's QB. Most of the time he's been able to kind of throw the ball with ease, and that's what we need to do every single time that Nixa tries to pass the ball. Is we need to have at least one guy in his face.
Big third down play here. They're going to run it up the middle, and it is right on the line. I think a second effort is going to get the first down as Alex Wentz kind of lunged forward on his way down. And, yep, it moves the chains. So that probably is, without a turnover, the last opportunity that Republic is going to get, as Moody made the stop, but not quite in time. So, again, if they don't get a turnover, Nix is probably going to be able to keep the ball the rest of the half. Hand off and to the outside, still on his feet, dragging tacklers is Alex Wentz, and he picks up another first down at past the 35-yard line.
And again, missed tackles right there. There was about 3 or 4 arm tackles that allowed the running back to get that first down. That's something that needs to be cleaned up, not only for this game, but as the season goes on.
Eagles first and 10 from their own 37.
From the 37-yard line, they're going to throw it. Pump fake, under pressure, and the ball's on the ground, and the Tigers have it! Who's got it down there? Hayden Moody comes up with the ball.
Looks like the ball was just slapped out of his hand.
He was carrying it around like a loaf of bread, and it came out, and Moody jumped on it. And the Tigers get the break with 1:26 left. Inside the 35 on the 31-yard line.
1:26 to go here in the
So that's a big play, and the Tigers with an opportunity now to go down, and if they can score a touchdown, tie it, an extra point would give them a lead. Again, only 1 timeout left. They've already burned 2. Here comes Hayes in from the sideline. Four wide receivers. He's going to throw it and left it short. Tried to hit Clay White on the near side over here. Second down and 10, 1:23 left to go in the half.
I like that play, though. A lot of offensive play callers like to go for the big play or the big pass after a turnover. So trying to go and hitting our speedster out there, Clay White. Like the decision. Execution obviously wasn't good, but I do like the decision on that.
Trips to the left side. One wide receiver split out wide to the right. They're going to throw a little screen pass to Sigmund. Has a blocker, gets to the outside, inside the 20. Ushered out of bounds at the 17. Set up perfectly. And Sigmund takes it inside the 20-yard line to the 17-yard line.
And here's our red zone opportunity, hopefully.
Tigers trip to the red zone, sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com. Trips to the right side now. And a direct snap to Sigmund. And he almost bobbled it. Well, he did bobble it. Almost lost the handle on it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage with 1:07 left. So tried a little trickery there on the direct snap, something that a lot of teams do often. A team like Carthage does that quite a bit. Republic doesn't do it an awful lot. Did it a lot when Journey Jones was back there. Now a pitch to Sigmund. Sigmund takes it inside the 15. Comes away from a tackler, out of bounds near the 10. And slow to get up is Ben Mills, who tried to make the tackle on Sigmund.
And what's great is obviously the ball goes out of bounds, so that stops the clock so we don't have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, Mills was slow to get up, but it was actually his own man there. You could see on the replay that ran into him at the tail end of the play. So 3rd and about 1, and we've got a whistle. Somebody called a timeout.
I think Nixa is going to talk it over.
47 seconds left. We'll keep it right here with the Tigers trailing 14-8, but 3rd and inches, and they still have 1 timeout left. So you don't have to worry about the clock. I mean, if you were stopped here, you could take the timeout if you felt you had to.
Yeah.
From this spot, you might not even have to take it with 47 seconds left. You might be able to hustle up and.
Yeah, it's something that you obviously right now in the huddle, you got to make sure that everybody understands how much time is left, but at the same time, you don't need to panic, on that, and because panic, causes plays not to be executed properly. Get a first down here. That stops the clock temporarily, gets you a fresh new set of downs to try to get in the end zone. So, some offensive play callers may try to strike the end zone. Some may just try to get that, the 1 yard that is needed to get that first down.
On 3rd down, I think I go for the yard and then worry about what comes later after that. They're on the near hash mark. Sigmund's in the backfield with Lucas Hayes. They've got a tight end to the right side. And Hayes is going to keep it up the middle inside the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Lucas Hayes on the keeper, and Republic ties it. 14 apiece. And that time the gap was opened up, and he went through it and went to daylight into the end zone, and the Tigers tie the game.
What a great play. Lucas did a great job of reading the defensive line, deciding to pull the ball, keep it for himself, and going right up the middle.
Marco Don Juan in to kick the extra point, boots it through, plenty of leg, and the Tigers take the lead 15-14. Don Juan on loan from the Republic soccer team. Kick is up and good, and Republic with the lead with 42 seconds left. They scored so fast that time, they've got time to do it again if they can get another stop.
And a red zone score right there.
That's right. So first time in the red zone. They are 1 for 1, and that puts them at 4 for 5 in the red zone this year. So it doesn't get much better than that.
And what's also great is the timing of this score, too, is the fact that you've taken the lead hopefully the defense doesn't give up a big play, but you've taken the lead going into halftime.
This Tigers trip to the Red Zone, sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the Red Zone yourself at sarahrader.com. Marco Donawan will tee it up and boot it for the Tigers. He had a goal last night in Republic's loss at Sedalia Smith-Cotton, 2-1. He's the leading returning scorer for the Tigers. And he kicks it over the head all the way to the 5, and now it's going to have to be picked up and run back in less than ideal conditions. But all the way out on the return to the 20.
There's probably going to be some time here. I saw a Nixa kid get rolled up on, and he is crumpled on the ground.
It was Trenton Giles that made the tackle, Colin Eli with the return, but on the ground. And that is Evan Long. So
that's significant for Nixa.
Yeah, that's a tough break. You don't ever like to see that, but he kind of got, as you said, rolled up on it. He was going down, and somebody kind of rolled onto his leg from behind, and he was immediately just there, and you could tell he was in pain, wasn't going to be getting up very soon. So with 35 seconds left, there's going to be some time to tend to him, and hopefully they'll determine that it was painful but nothing serious. We'll take a break, though, and be back after this. The Tigers have taken a 15-14 lead over Nixa with 35 seconds left in the first half. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Hashtag Casasa. Hashtag Mid-Missouri Bank.
What you doing?
Taking a Casasa selfie.
Casasa selfie?
Yeah, when I get Casasa cash back at Mid-Missouri Bank, I take a Mid-Mo Casasa selfie.
You do.
So Long is slowly making his way off, but he is making his way off the field under his own power, so that's good to see, but I don't know if we can expect him back.
Yeah, he looks like he's kind of grimacing pretty good there, but like you said, he is walking off on his own. So, like you had mentioned, hopefully it's one of those where, it hurt really bad when it happened, but it's no major long-term injury. You never want anybody, even your opponent, you never want anybody to be hurt for long-term out there on the field. No matter what the score of the game is at the end, you want everybody to go home safely.
So 35 seconds left. The big thing for Republic now is don't give up a big play. You've got the momentum and done such a good job coming back after giving up a couple of big plays, and the passing game has come alive and made a big difference for the Tigers, loosened things up, so the run's been successful.
Nixa
don't want to
take
give up
a
a big play. Yep. So there you go. Nixa will just run it out. Tigers have just one timeout, so they can't do anything about it. Nixa's happy to get to the locker room trailing only by one, the way that last 5 or 10 minutes went, and that will take us to halftime here shortly. So to me, the difference is that the passing game they started connecting on some passes, then the defense had to loosen up, and that allowed the run game then to start making some progress.
You're exactly right. Kind of got a slow start there in the first quarter, not being able to connect too much, but then there is some great connections to Gavin Walker right in the middle. I mentioned before, that was a successful play against Branson also, and then there was a few pass plays to Clay White, where if just either Clay just a little bit quicker or Lucas, pulling back just a little bit, that would have been huge connections. But definitely compared to last year at this point in time, the passing game was almost non-existent at this point in time last year. And when you're comparing year to year, the pass plays have definitely been something of major improvement on the offensive side when you compare it to Game 2 a year ago.
Well, the Tigerettes getting set to perform, and since they perform to pop music, we're going to have to keep talking because we can't have the pop music on or YouTube will shut us down. So that's the strategy. We just talk through it and just enjoy the dance routine as if they're dancing to our voices, Rich.
Oh, I'm used to that. I'm used to a lot of people dancing to my voice. Usually
in class.
Yes, and I say it's dancing. A lot of times it's really either or yawning, sleeping, or walking away from me, but I'll call it dancing. But whatever the case would be, throughout the day, telling all my students in class, go to the football game, but at the same time, there's a lot more to the football game for you to see your classmates being involved. You've got the band, you've got the color guard, you got the cheerleaders, you got the dance squad out there. So I love all aspects of the game, the pregame, the halftime, especially when I know how much time and effort every single one of these students have put in, especially when I come rolling in about 6:30 in the morning and the band is preparing for their practice, and they were out here on the stadium early this morning with the lights on when I was coming in, preparing for everything that they're doing, from the national anthem to their performance at halftime. So I just love watching the whole atmosphere of the football.
Yeah, one of the things, I love broadcasting the games, and that's all I ever wanted to do when I was a kid, but one thing I miss is being out in the crowd and or down on the sideline, which Tim and I would go down there on the sideline and take pictures and keep stats from the sideline before we started broadcasting. And I miss, you don't get, because you're behind the fans, you don't really get the noise and the atmosphere quite as much when you're behind them up here. And so I do miss that on Friday nights, but still it's a great, especially the home opener. First time that everybody's come out, and the stadium is pretty full as I look up and down either side. And, of course, Nix's stands, that's a bigger bleacher section than they would have had over at the other stadium, and that's pretty full. So Ken Knierim giving some scores. I think I just heard him say that Willard is leading Ozark and Neosho leading Branson.
But talking about the atmosphere, that's one of the biggest things that I definitely do miss of coaching is people always ask me, do you miss it? Yes, there's some things that I obviously don't miss, but the things that I do miss is that Friday night atmosphere. There's nothing better than a football game on a Friday night, no matter what town you're in, whether it's a home or away game. And that's what everybody at this time of the year is kind of all looking towards, is that Friday night football game. And whether that's packing up and making that long haul to a place like Carl Junction or Neosho, or if it's a home game, whatever the case may be, everybody's always talking about the next opponent on the Friday evening. So that's definitely, the atmosphere is what I miss in the coaching.
I want to thank Gold Medal Gyms for sponsoring our halftime show. Didn't mention that earlier as the band gets set to perform. And they'll be performing their competition show, War of the Roses, that they're going to be performing at competitions starting this fall. We'll just let Ken Knierim fill you in.
Between the House of Lancaster, represented by a red rose, and the House of York, represented by a white rose. Music includes Kiss from a Rose by Seal, Disarray by Giuseppe Verde, Ma Mère Loyer by Maurice Ravel, and Feels Like This by Adam Watts. Tonight you will watch the band perform movements 1, 2, and 3. Drum majors Megan Garvey, Gavin Hesterly, and Maggie Mankato. Mankato, is your band ready? You may take the field for your first home performance.
So there's a taste of the Tiger Pride Marching Band performance that they'll be performing at competitions. And Dan Altus always does a great job with the Tiger Pride Band. And students are out here all summer. I'll come out to go to a sports practice or whatever, and the band is out bright and early. And during that week-long camp, it's an all-day thing. They are out in the heat just like everybody else preparing, and so their big competition season is coming up shortly as well. As we said, this is these Friday nights are just a great example of all of the effort that students put in and in getting ready for not only competition but performance, and band, football, Tigerettes, cheer down here on the sideline, and even the student section is out in force. The fan section, the Repmo Ambush, having a big night as well, and the Tigers have given them some stuff to cheer about. After the first quarter got over with, things got a little brighter, and the Tigers have taken a 1-point lead here at halftime, 15-14. So that is always good, and something that is maybe a good sign of things to come in the second half. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with more of our Gold Medal Gyms halftime show after this timeout. You're watching Republic Tiger football on Republic Tiger Sports.
State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a better state. Central Gas Propane is locally owned and operated and offers exceptional customer service when you need it most. They go the extra mile to meet customers' needs with a level of service and communication no other company can beat. Call today to switch and save. Central Gas Propane at 417-725-3833 or online at centralgasmo.com.
I'm Carol Lafferty, Vice President at People's Community Bank. Our mission is to put our communities first, and that's true right here in Republic. Whether it's supporting Republic schools or volunteering for one of the nonprofits doing good work in our hometown, all of us at People's Community Bank are committed to making Republic a better place to live. I hope you'll stop by soon and let me know how I can help you with all your banking needs.
People's Community Bank, right on Highway 60. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
So the other morning, my little girl woke up crying.
Hello, nightmare.
No, actually, it was an earache.
Hello, emergency room.
No, not the ER. Heavens no.
Hello, waiting room.
Not this time.
Hello.
Save my spot.
From Cox Health.
I just went online, picked one of the urgent care walk-in clinics really close by, and they saved my spot in line.
That's health care on your schedule and on your terms.
Hello, convenience.
Visit coxhealth.com to learn more.
Back for more of our Gold Medal Gyms halftime show. Band is finished, and the teams will be back out to warm up shortly. And Tim Barnes has some stats from the first half.
Yes, Lucas Hayes was 8 out of 15 for 94 yards and 1 touchdown. He also rushed 11 times for 44 yards and a touchdown. Landon Porter had the 1 touchdown reception of 26 yards. Total yards for Republic, 154. And Republic's defense really, other than a couple of bad big plays, they did very well. Nixa quarterback Reed Potts was only 3 out of 10, but those 3 completions were 154 yards, including a touchdown. Alex Wentz had 9 carries for 46 yards. So Nixa had 188 total yards, but most of that were those 3 long pass plays. And as far as the tally goes, Republic defense has only forced 1 punt, but they have 2 turnovers, and Nixa turned the ball over on downs twice. So really that counts as a turnover. So we're up to 5.
You kind of slid that in there.
We're up to 5. No, it counts as a turnover. That's better than a punt.
I guess that is like forcing a punt.
That's
okay, I'll give you that.
That's
I'll give you that. That's a stop.
So they're at 5. Unfortunately, first 6 possessions for Republic, 6 punts, but last 2 possessions, touchdowns. So that's still up in the air.
Well, they're more than halfway there. Yeah, but as you said, I think your precise words were, I absolutely guarantee a win if they reach 7 or even come close to 7 on that tally.
I have never been compared to Joe Willie Namath. That was not what I said.
All right, well, as you said, it's been a good half, really a takeaway, the big plays for Nixa, and it's been been a good half. So maybe they can move the ball in the second half as they did in the third quarter and continue to get stops. And if they can shut down those big plays from Nixa, then that's a good sign. Let's take a listen to the drum line real quick as they perform down low, right in front of the student section. Tiger Drumline entertaining the student section. Repmo ambush just in time as they finish up. Here come the Tigers back on the field, and they are going to warm up a little bit, and we're going to take a quick break and be back with more after this timeout on Republic Tiger Sports.
Southern Sun Electric's a proud sponsor of the Classroom Spotlight. They encourage all student athletes not to settle for just good enough on the field, on the court, or in the classroom. Keep pushing yourself to higher levels and go Repmo from Southern Sun Electric. It's easier than ever to get your Rocco's Pizza fix. Place your order on their website at roccositaliankitchen.net or call them with one tap inside the Republic Tiger Sports mobile app. And don't forget dessert because Rocco's is serving homemade ice cream prepared right on site. Rocco's Italian Kitchen. Pizza, pasta, perfection. For more than 30 years, Yoakum Automotive has been the hometown auto repair shop you can trust, and with their new digital vehicle inspections, their mechanics will show you exactly what's wrong with your car and let you sign off before the repairs are made. Ask about their shuttle service and loaner vehicles when scheduling your appointment online at yoakumautomotive.com. Elliott Robinson & Company, LLP, Certified Public Accountants, is Republic's local full-service accounting firm, serving as your trusted business advisors. And this year, they're making possible our By the Numbers feature, where we look at stats that catch our eye on the Republic sports scene. Elliott Robinson & Company, conveniently located in the Wildwood Plaza across from Pinnaker Chevrolet, or find them online at ercpa.com. When you need a plumber, you usually need one fast, but you also want one who'll do the job right. In Republic, that's Far Better Plumbing. Whether it's residential, commercial, or you need excavation, call Far Better and let them take away the stress of your plumbing problem. Call them at 864-8703 or find them online at farbetterplumbing.com. Any day's a great day to send flowers. Heaven Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to heavenssentflowers.com.
Hey now, Cracker Jack Shack.
Cracker Jack Shack has got your back with custom apparel for your club, organization, or business. And they take screen printing to the next level with amazing new software that lets you track your order online from concept to artwork to the finished product. Link it, see it, click it, get it. Only at the Shack.
Always on time and right on track. Cracker Jack Shack, we got your back. Cracker Jack Shack.
Back in Republic, where the Tigers lead Nixa by a point, 15-14, and that safety right now, early in the game, is the difference in the game. Tigers would be trailing by 1, but that early safety that put them on top 2-0 now has them up 15-14. Richard Miles, what is the key to the second half? We've already discussed the keys to the game, but now we've seen a half. Give me some more keys.
On the defensive side, lowering those arm tackles that we had talked about, the first key. Definitely in the first quarter, the defense did a really good job of being physical and limited those missed tackles. But then as we kind of got closer to the second quarter, those missed tackles kind of reared their head again. So that's definitely something that we're going to have to take away. Offensive side, man, those last 2 drives to end the second quarter were great, especially the passing game. Lucas is had a good pocket back there. The O-line has done a great job whenever he's had to pass. He hasn't had to really scramble or anything like that. There's just been a few times where it just kind of looks like Lucas and his receivers weren't always on the same page. But, man, there towards the end, hitting Clay White and then Gavin and then Porter there for the touchdown. That was great. So if we can keep that passing game going, that definitely opens things up to where, like you said earlier, once you get the passing game going, then that kind of opens up the running game too, to where you're not just kind of one mindset and the defense can just kind of key off on the running game. When you've got a good running game and good passing game, that definitely opens up the playbook. But it's great here for us to start the game off with a good defensive stop. Nixa deferred to the second half, so they get the ball. So, again, this opening drive is going to set the tone for either team. Is it going to be the offense that's going to set the tone for the second half, or is it going to be Republic defense?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm no fortune teller, Rich Miles. You won't catch me predicting things. Tigers need a stop here. And first they need good coverage on this kick. And they get it, but then can they make the tackle? Yes. Out to about the 30-yard line. Colin Eli.
16 yards on the return from the 15 to the 31.
That was some good coverage down there, but didn't allow the return man for Nixa to get too much yards there. The only thing that maybe could have worked on there was, instead of just trying to strip the ball out, as a couple of the guys did, they should go in for the tackle and take his legs out there with a nice low athletic tackle.
So 1st and 10 for Nixa from the 31-yard line. And they hand the ball off, and breaking a tackle and into the open and into Tiger territory is the running back, Alex Wentz. And it was,
I don't know who he trucked, but he just ran over a Republic defender.
And it was McKinley Woods who dragged him down. And McKinley Woods was hanging on for dear life and finally dragged him down.
And that's a running back that you're not going to be able to tackle high. You're going to have to tackle him down around his waist.
Give it to Wentz again, and he pounds his way forward for a gain of about 7 or 8 yards again on first down. And Nix's made an adjustment. Dalton Parks with the tackle on that one.
And again, when your corners or your safeties are the ones that are coming up and making the tackle on a run play, that's never good. Dalton Parks back there, he should not be coming up and making a tackle.
Second
on the run.
And about 3, and they give it to Wentz again. He runs off the left side. That time he's stopped. A couple of guys in there to make the stop. I think Austin O'Hara was the first one to hit him.
From the Tigers 34, it's third down.
Third down and about 2 for Nixa now. 2 down territory for the Eagles. High snap. They give it to Wentz. He doesn't have anywhere to go. Fights his way forward for maybe a half a yard. And it'll bring up 4th down for the Eagles.
Good job by the Republic D-line. They just made a huge pile there. There was no running lanes for the running back there. And this is huge. And it looks like Nixa is going to go for it. I don't see the punting team coming out.
I'd be surprised if they punted here. DeAndrea was in there on the tackle, and getting off the bottom of the pile was Hayden Moody. So 4th down and 2. Big play here right at the very beginning of the second half as the Tigers try to hang on to a 1-point lead, 15-14. And the handoff, second effort, is not going to get them there. They're going to be about a yard short. Ball came loose at the end, but they're going to say he was down. They eventually gave it to Stephen Ward II, but he wasn't able to get loose. Maybe gained 1 extra yard on the second effort. But the Tiger defense gets a stop to start the half. And now let's see if the offense can pick up where it left off with 2 quick touchdowns in the second quarter. Hayes throws it over here to Sigmund in the flat. Jukes past the man into the open, out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Sigmund, a little stutter step, and his defender flew right by him.
And that right there, setting up the pass plays right off the bat here to start the second half off is a great thing.
A better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Second down and about 6 for the Tigers. They fake the handoff to Sterling, and Hayes is pulled down by the face mask, I believe. He was spun around, and it's going to be a first down for the Tigers. I think that was a face mask.
Yeah, it was a face mask. Man, that's one of those where sometimes when the face mask is that big, it can result in an injury.
Yeah, he really did just stop on a dime and kind of pirouette. So Republic into Nixa territory, already leading by 1, 8:53 left to go in the third quarter. Well, the first few minutes of the third quarter really flew by after the first half. It kind of crawled. 4 wide receivers for Republic. Holland is in the backfield with Hayes. Trips to the right side. Hayes calls out the signal, gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls, is going to try to get to the outside and throws it into the ground to Sigmund. I think Sigmund was being covered and he just wanted to get rid of it.
I think that was a busted play because whenever the ball was snapped, there was 3 Republic offensive players that were still. I mean, they didn't move, so I'm not sure if the ball was supposed to be snapped on 2.
Almost makes me wonder if Hayes is the one who didn't notice, not sure. But a nice pass out to Sigmund. Tries to get around the corner. Can't quite get all the way around the corner. Takes it to the 35, but a great pass to hit him on the run by Hayes. Sigmund takes it to the 35, and it's going to be about 3 yards to go for a first down on third down now for the Tigers.
Man, the pass plays in the second quarter and the first 2 here to start the second half is so much better than what we saw in the first quarter.
And we've got a flag.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning. First of the year.
Probably won't be the last.
I don't know.
Sideline warning.
I don't know. I was going to make a joke, but then nothing came out.
3rd and 3 for a Tiger first down.
Sideline warning is no joking matter anyway. All right. Big 3rd and 3 play here for the Tigers. In motion goes Sigmund. They fake the handoff. They're going to throw over the middle. Too high, but caught! Intended in the middle, but it went all the way past who I think was the intended receiver, all the way to Landon Porter. I don't know. Let's watch it again. Maybe it was intended for Porter all along.
We'll just say it was.
Well, maybe Hayes thought it was, but yeah, I think it was intended for Porter as you watch it on the replay. But first and goal, and that better look at the action brought to you by Vision Health Eye Center. And the Tigers back in the red zone again. Let's see if they can convert. Hayes, big opening. He's going to waltz into the end zone. He's hit after he crosses in, but it's too late, and the Tigers lead by 7, 21-14. And so they are successful on another trip to the red zone.
And that was a very similar play to the one that he scored the touchdown earlier in the second quarter.
Huge hole on the right side. He just walked right through it. Tigers now 2 for 2 in the red zone. And this Tigers trip to the red zone, sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com. Marco Don Juan's kick is up and good, and the lead is 8, 22-14. And what a great start to the third quarter. Rich Miles.
Yeah, what I was mentioning earlier, kind of keys to play is the tone will be set here early, and it kind of looked like the Nixa offense was going to have some success, but after getting 2 big plays, they petered out there, and our defense was able to hold strong, get the ball back for our offense, and the offense thanks them by going down the field and scoring a touchdown. And again, we have 2 for 2 for the red zone touchdowns there. I love it.
So the 2 of 2 tonight, and that makes them now 5 of 6 in the red zone touchdowns on the season, I think. Is that right? Yeah, my math right? Tim Barnes is giving. Tim was giving me a kind of a weird look, but that's because he was doing math in his head.
I always have that look all the time, so people just think I'm always doing math in my head.
7:40 left to go in the third quarter. Republic has taken a 22-14 lead, and Don Juan's going to kick it off again. And a flag flies. So
I think we had a Republic offsides, individual offsides on the kickoff team. They were really close, I thought, of being able to throw the flag on the last kickoff. We had a guy that I thought was offsides. I think they finally called it.
Dead ball, encroachment on the kicking team.
Yeah.
5 yards, free kick.
Penalty is on the kicking team. Moves the ball back to the 35-yard line where Don Juan will re-kick.
What a name. I like that. The kicker. Don Juan.
He's going to be one of the leading scorers, if not the leading scorer for the soccer team this year. So he'll be busy this fall. Missed the last game because the soccer team had a game themselves that night. Kickoff taken inside the 20. Another missed tackle. And finally ushered out of bounds outside the 40-yard line.
Eli on the return for the Eagles. Driven out of bounds by Chase McClellan, number 11.
McClellan finally ushers him out past the sideline. And so an 8-point deficit facing the Eagles as they take over on their own 43-yard line. Understand that there are some former Republic students who are watching the game tonight up at Mizzou.
Oh, nice.
So shout out to the Republic contingent up at Columbia watching the game tonight. I'm a former Mizzou man myself, so it's gratifying. I had to come back if I wanted to watch the games back in the day. Man goes in motion, and they hand it off. And running off the left side of the line, a gain of about 5 for Ramon Green.
We got a flag about the 40-yard line close to us. I think that will be against Nixa. I'm not 100% sure.
47-yard line.
Yeah, false start.
False start on the offense. Moves the ball back to the
Ramon Green, a 5'9", 160-pound freshman, gets the carry on that first drive, first play of the series. Brings up 1st and 15, though, after the penalty.
5-yard penalty, replay first down.
They're going to pitch it. And Inda makes the stop. Big hit by the defense, getting into the backfield.
good pursuit by the Tiger defense.
It's Sturdivant who comes in and makes the play.
And if you were to watch the replay on that, I mean, it's not just Sturdivant that's there. There's about 4 or 5 Republic defenders. It almost looked like every single D lineman for the Republic defense was able to shoot their gap and chase down the ball carrier.
And now good pursuit. Coming to the near side, Potts. He's going to throw it, and it's caught. I thought he was throwing it away, but he completed it on the sideline. Nice catch.
Wow.
Going up and getting it was Sam Cochran.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I thought he was just throwing the ball away, and at the last second, got a Nixa receiver kind of coming out of nowhere and grabbing that out of the air and running down the sideline.
Blake Holland with the stop for Republic.
Down to 6:29 left to go in the third quarter.
That was a good pop there.
And
who was that coming in there? Jaden Appleberry? I think Jaden Appleberry came flying up.
Cody
One of
Morehouse.
them.
Cody Morehouse comes up. Looks like maybe a cramp. He came up limping, and now he goes down and just, looks like the old cramp position. They've got him stretched out, trying to fix it. So we'll have a brief timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well while we wait for them to work on him. 6:08 left to go in the third quarter. It's 22-14 Republic, and we'll be back with more after this timeout.
Parents and grandparents, it's not too late to make great memories with your high school students before they head off for college. One way to do that is the gift of travel. Republic Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks has helped lots of families make those memories, and she's standing by to help you too. Just drop her a line, crystal@southwesttravel.biz, and let her do the planning for you. And all without additional fees. That's Southwest Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks in Republic. Black Lab Coffee is more than just amazing coffee. It's the locally owned coffee shop where you can drop in, be greeted by name, and enjoy a quiet place to work or some peaceful conversation. Black Lab Coffee at 545 East Elm Street in Republic.
So Cody Morehouse is going to come off and work the kinks out of that leg and hopefully be back in there shortly. 6:07 left to go. Clock starts running again now with second and about 6 for Nixa. They hand it off, and pounding it inside, gaining about 4 yards, is Alex Wentz.
Alex Wentz, the ball carrier.
Again, Alex Wentz is a
25-yard line.
very big boy down there. Tackling him high is not going to get the job done. It's going to be something that from here on out, if we want to stop him from gaining the yardage, we're going to have to start tackling him around the waist.
25-yard line, 3rd down and 2.
Big 3rd and 2 play here for the Tigers. They give it to Wentz, and he is hit and pushed back if they can hang on, and there come a host of players to help out. Appleberry was in there. I don't know if Appleberry was first or if Cooper Lander was first, but they hit him and drove him back. Yep, Cooper Lander gets credit for the first hit, and he didn't give an inch, and in fact, I think it was a short loss. So
Yeah.
4th down at 4 coming up.
I think you're right. It was for a short loss, and that right there is the example of The first two Republic defenders that made contact were in that athletic position. They weren't trying to tackle them up high by the shoulders with an arm tackle. They were down low, wrapping up as they should.
They fake the handoff. They're going to run under pressure, throwing too long, incomplete.
Right.
Tiger defense gets another stop.
Just like the previous, set of downs, the defense gave up some yardage and kind of that bend but don't break mentality. I think we've got a mandatory water break by the referees.
It was only like 96 today. I don't know why they're doing that.
Right.
It was, I'll tell you, the best part of the new stadium is the press box, as far as I'm concerned. The old press box, I mean, it was what it was, but the air conditioning, they had a little wall air conditioner. And, of course, the sun, just like this press box, the sun was shining in through the glass all day. I would go over, Greg Garton, who was the athletic director at the time, would go over at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and crank the air conditioner, and sometimes I would go over early to set up our equipment for the broadcast, and it would be like 60 degrees in there. It would feel great. As soon as somebody walked in the press box at 5:30 at night, early in the fall, the temperature dropped or raised about 20 degrees immediately, and there was no way, once people started coming in and out, to keep it under 90. So the air conditioners work in here is what I'm getting at. It's pretty nice. And if we're air conditioned, I don't see why we need to stop for a water break. That was my ultimate point. But I guess I'll allow it. All right, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Fake the handoff. Now they throw it on the run. It is caught by, is that Sterling over there? He's dragged out of bounds. Oh, looked like a keeper, and instead he kind of flung it on the run, sidearm to Josh Sterling, yeah.
Looks like it was an option pass. You fake the option and then pass it out there. You don't see too many teams that do that into the short side of the field. Usually you're doing that towards the wide side of the field.
2nd and 5 now for the Tigers. In motion goes Sterling, and they give it to him, and he is hit and dropped after a gain of about 2. Looked like he had a little more room, and then the defense came up and stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah, he got taken down pretty good right there. I agree with you. It looked like we were about to say enough for a first down, and as soon as whoever that Nixa defender was, I didn't get a number, just dropped him as soon as first contact.
Josh is 5'9", 155, so he's not a big guy, and if you hit him hard, you can stop him. Elusive and fast, but isn't going to run over a lot of people. Pump fake by Hayes. Now he tries to take it back to the far side of the field and reach forward. And he got back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. So thought he saw an opening back behind him to the right and didn't. And it brings up 4th down, and the Tigers will punt it away and rely on the defense to get another stop.
Yeah, I think it was Josh Sterling, I think, was kind of rolling out to the flats. And I don't know if Lucas was pumping for him to go on a go route or what, but just whatever the case may be, the read wasn't there and the receiver wasn't running where I think Lucas wanted him to.
Snaps have been good all night, and again, another good one after a rough night at Branson, and the ball is caught at the 35-yard line. Falling on the seat of his pants was Nate Nixon. I don't know what happened there. I think he kind of got, I don't think he was hit or tripped. I think he just overran the ball, and then he ran back. Yeah, kind of fell backwards to get to it.
He made it a lot more theatrical than what it needed to be.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can go 3 for 3 here in the second half of the game, where the defense coming up big, giving up a little bit of yardage, but at the end making Nixa punt.
And on 1st down, a gain of about 3 for Wentz. I don't mind those 3-yard runs because Nixa hasn't really shown so far tonight great ability to string together a bunch of 3, 4, 5-yard runs. It's the big plays that concern me. 2nd and 7. And Reed Potts. A couple of backs, one on either side of him. Fakes the handoff. He's going to throw long, and he can't complete it.
Oh, for a second there, I thought it was going to be a Republic interception.
Clay White on the coverage. It was intended for Alex Wentz. And White got up there and
able to just get his hand in there at the last second. I thought for a second he ripped it away.
Yep. Well, I thought it was going to be complete, actually, when it was thrown. But good recovery by White to get back there.
3rd down and 7 for the Eagles from their 39-yard line.
3rd and 7, and now if they can get a stop, it's Nixa's in a position where they might feel like they have to punt it away. That's the difference between stopping them here and stopping them further up the field. Pump fake, and a screen is dropped. Intended for Stephen Ward II, and it's dropped, and it brings up 4th down and 7, and Nixa, I would presume, is going to kick it away back to Republic. So another good defensive stand by the Tigers, and boy, what a difference a week makes.
Well, what a difference a half makes, because our defense looks so much better than it did in our offense, too. So the referee threw a flag. I don't know if that is coming from the sideline or not.
Well, it was thrown right in front of the sideline. I don't know if it's a sideline. Yep, sideline warning. Brad Swope was right behind the official and maybe giving him a piece of his mind.
I think a sideline warning is meant to embarrass. The official could just tell the coach, "I'm giving
That's
you
true.
a sidewalk."
Yeah, like if you haven't gone back the first or second time, then I'm going to throw the flag and make everybody know that you didn't go back. And the snap goes over the head of the kicker all the way back to the 5. He's going to manage to kick it away.
Just get away. Just get away from it.
Just
get away from it.
Oh, it was touched at the 45. Wait, there for a second.
And
I thought one of the Republic players, and not one of the players you probably want to be receiving a kick, was going to try and catch it.
What's great, though, is the ball only advanced for Nixa.
4 yards.
Yeah, 4 yards. So
hey, a 4-yard punt after that snap is actually pretty good.
I know, but I'm just saying.
that's
great.
That's one of those things that the punter's going to go back and look at the stats. He's going to be like, man, you cost me my punting average.
Yeah, he had to kind of rugby kick that also, kicking on the run.
It was on the run. It actually was about a 35-yard punt on the run, but only gets credit for 4 of that. Sigmund goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him, and now Hayes looked at him, and now they're going to call a hold. The ball is tipped and intercepted. Went off the fingertips of the Republic receiver, Sigmund, and it was picked off by Clayton Uber. And Uber gives Nixa a lift.
Wow.
I'm just glad someone got it.
Dad joke number 1 for the evening.
Oh, boy. Well, that's a tough break for Republic.
First turnover of the year for Republic.
That's pretty amazing, actually. I hadn't thought of that.
You obviously never want to turn over anywhere in the game. It's never good, but due to the fact that the defense went out there and did a great job of shutting down Nixa, and then you just give the ball right back.
Boy, and what might have been, but you just think if he had just thrown it away, the penalty, they would have taken the penalty and it would have been a bad situation, but just threw it a little too hard, and Sigmund tipped it right to the defender. Potts goes on the run, tries a stiff arm, and is knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 1. And it was Landon Porter who came up and stuck him. 1:56 left to go in the third quarter.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9.
The defense plays as strong as they've been. Hopefully we'll get the ball right back.
Wentz on the carry.
Wentz with another kind of power run off the right side of the line, gained about 4 yards. Evan Smith came up and made the stop, and brings up 3rd and 5 or so for Nixa.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. This is obviously not a 2-down territory that Nixa's in.
3rd down and 5.
Tiger defense really playing well tonight. Fake handoff by Potts, throws it too high, overthrew his intended receiver Caleb Pierce, and Nixa will have to punt it away again. Another stop for the Tiger defense.
Yeah, great job for the Tiger defense. Hopefully we can get another over-the-head snap of the punter.
You are greedy.
I am, yeah. Yes, I am. My name's Rich.
I guess it's really paid off. No one is more nervous right now than Andrew Anello. And the snap was not too high, but it bounced back there, but he corralled it. And it's going to land just beyond the 50-yard line and be down at about the 44 of Republic. Stephen Ward II grabs it, and Republic will take over with 1:10 left to go in the third quarter, leading 22-14. Boy, I really would like one more touchdown. Just don't feel good about an 8-point lead with the way they came out so strong and took that lead. And
now who's being greedy?
I'm asking for more than a one-score lead. I don't consider that greed. Consider that anxiety.
But what's great, though, is the fact that our defense came up big there after the turnover. The turnover didn't cost us anything. It just took a little bit of time off the clock. Make Nixa punt, get the ball right back for their offense, and if they just pick up where they left off on the two previous drives for that turnover, hopefully we'll get that extra touchdown you want.
In motion goes White. They hand it to him. He bobbled it, and he's trying to get away, and he's not going to be able to. As wrapping him up was Deshaun Downs, the 6'3" defensive lineman. And Clay White is not going to break away from that very often.
Yeah, Deshaun Downs, he's been the guy in the middle that's been mixing it up a lot there on the defensive line for Nixa.
Down to 46 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Second down and 13 after a 3-yard loss for Republic. Send a man in motion, hand it to Sigmund, and not really a busted play, but not the smoothest handoff.
No.
Sigmund makes it back to the, gains about a yard.
But that was a bad mesh between the back and the QB. That's something that you work on pretty much to start practice. The running backs and QBs a lot of times will constantly practice what they call the mesh, reading, filling each other out, knowing when the QB is going to keep it or leave it with the back.
So that takes us down to the end of the third quarter. Time expires, and the teams will take a breather, and we will too. 1 quarter left to go. The Tigers have an 8-point lead, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Gold Medal Gyms is where Republic athletes build a foundation for future success. Whether it's gymnastics, cheerleading, or tumbling, young athletes learn skills that prepare them to take on virtually any sport they choose. Sign up for your free trial at their gorgeous facility at Highway 60 and Highway M. Gold Medal Gyms, raising the bar for Republic athletics. Hetty Barbecue Company is home to great barbecue, including the famous Pig Nasty Sandwich. And they're also home to the Mid-Missouri Bank Repmo Football Show every Wednesday night. Go in and check them out or call them for takeout at 732-4BBQ. Every insurance company hopes you drive safely, but Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast, brake too hard, and gives you feedback to help you drive safer and lower your cost. Contact Republic agent Jesse Pritchett to learn more. That's Allstate agent Jesse Pritchett in Republic.
So 12 minutes to go. Tigers have a third down and 12 as they start the fourth quarter. A little reverse to Sigmund, gets around the corner, has some room, has the first down into Nixa territory. And a big gain by Sigmund on the reverse. Great call by the Tiger coaching staff, and Nixa bit.
That is awesome, because usually when it's third and long, you're looking at a pass play.
First down, T-I-G.
They're quick back to the line of scrimmage.
A better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center, committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. Hand off to Sterling, and he is hit and dropped. There were 3 guys there waiting for him. And the first one to him was
Deshaun Downs. I think the end on the defensive side, the right-hand side for Republic, just ate our lunch on that one.
So a loss of 2. There have been a lot of just 1, 2, 3-yard losses tonight. Have had a hard time keeping the forward momentum. Nixa jumps but doesn't go across the line. It's the 3rd time Nixa has jumped but has not been called for offside. Usually officials are pretty touchy about that. Quick toss by Hayes, and it is caught. Nice diving catch by Landon Porter. Gain of about 6. Good play by Porter.
Yeah, that was a good play, and that was a good call, too. A very quick slant route, I think it was, due to the fact that Nix's defense was blitzing 2 interior guys. So usually when you're blitzing 2 interior guys, you want to, it's great to have either, a little dump pass to your tight end or a slant route over the middle.
Well, I watched that replay. If he'd have hit him in stride, I think that might have been a touchdown. There was nobody back there, but Porter had to dive to catch it. Sigmund goes in motion both directions, and now a low pass intended for Porter. Had to slide back to try to get to it. Going to bring up 4th down and 4, unless 4th down and 4.
I think that was the same play back to back. I'm thinking.
Yeah, developed so much different because of what everybody else was, what Nix's defense was doing. But yeah, if it wasn't the same play, it was very similar. And again, just not quite on target with the pass. So big 4th down coming up here for the Tigers, 4th and 4. All on the 34-yard line. Hayes fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, and the ball is dropped momentarily. Caught there by Gavin Walker and just bobbled it as he was hit and couldn't quite hang on. That throw was on target, but Walker couldn't quite haul it in. And so the Tigers turn it over on downs.
Sending Gavin just on a short little route right in the middle has been pretty successful. Every time that Gavin's gone, just right there where kind of replaces where the inside linebackers are at.
Down to 9:55. And Wentz with the run, picks his way forward for about 6. Nothing fancy, they just start pounding it away, but they haven't been able to do it consistently. I mean, when they run a play like that, you're like, well, they're going to run for 300 yards tonight. And then the next play, they get hit for a 2 or 3 yard loss.
It's like Cody Morehouse has come back in, the D-line.
Good to see. Potts takes the high snap, gives it to Wentz, and that time not much room for him to run. Maybe a gain of 1. Brings up another 3rd down. 3rd and about 3, maybe 4. Really only gained about a half a yard. DeAndrea made the stop on that one.
Gain of a yard to the 41. 3rd down and 3.
Call it 3rd and 3 for the Tiger defense. Looking for another stop. Send a man in motion. Try to get to the edge. There's a hold or something from behind.
All right.
I don't know if they're going to throw a flag, but the Tiger defense gets the stop anyway. Yeah, flag came in.
Tackle made by
But it was Jaden Appleberry who made the hit. You'll see someone gets blocked in the back. Right there. Right in front of the play. You can't do it right in front of the running back because everybody's watching, including the officials. But that was...
Obviously, Republic will decline that, bringing up a huge 4th down here.
That's 4th down, and I assume Nixa is going to punt it away from this spot on the field.
Yeah.
Field position has been so big in this half because Nixa kind of get the feeling if Nixa had 4 downs to play with every time, they would be moving the ball. But because they haven't been able to get it into Republic territory, they haven't had 4 downs to play with.
I think Coach Baldwin, they don't look like we only had 10 guys out there. I don't think we had enough guys on that punt return, so I think he had to burn a timeout here.
So 6:33 left to go in the game, or maybe that's 8:33. And there's hard to read whether that's an 8 or a 6. 8:33 left to go in the game. 22-14, Republic with the lead. We'll take a break and be back with more after this.
New York Life agent Michael Weeks is a proud supporter of Republic Tiger Athletics, and this fall he's also sponsoring our weekly Player of the Game feature. Every week you can find a Player of the Game alongside our game summary at RepublicTigerSports.com. Thanks to New York Life agent Michael Weeks for his support of Republic Tiger Sports. Republic Glass has been a part of our community since 1972, and they've been family-owned and operated all the way. Whether it's commercial, residential, or auto, or a mirror or shower door that needs attention, Republic Glass has you covered. Call them at 732-7044. If it's glass, you want Republic Glass on East Harrison, across from the post office in Republic, or at 732-7044.
There you go. We finally got a return man. For a second there, we didn't have a return man for this punt.
So 4th and 6. Punt is away.
Bad punt.
It's going to bounce, and that was a tough play. As that was Easton Prevost, Tiger shortstop on the baseball team, and he had to get down on a knee and bring that in like he was fielding a ground ball. That was dangerous. Instead of bouncing up to him, it stayed on the ground and skipped, and that was very dangerous. Would have been easy to bobble that, get hit, and lose control of it. So a nice play by Easton Prevost. Our 4th quarter scoreboard sponsor is Absolute Roofing. Thanks to Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing for their support of Republic Tiger Sports. First and 10 for the Tigers, 6:25. No, 8:25. I keep missing that number. And a complete pass on a little slant out near first down yardage to Clay White.
That was great. You know, when you have a QB and a receiver that are on the same page and you hit that slant route, that is so difficult to defend.
Yeah.
Lucas was right on the target with that one.
2nd and 1. Wonder if the Tigers go long here on a 2nd and 1. They've worked that short pass game so well. Republic moved.
Dang it.
Whole left half of the line jumped offside on that one. So instead of 2nd and 1 now, it's going to be 2nd and 6, and that's a big difference. 7:49 left in the quarter. So, yes, it was 8 before. Now it's 7.
Ball start on the offense.
And that right there may change the entire play call right there. What you would have called on 2nd and 1, now being almost 2nd and 6. See if they'll stick with the same play or not. Good job, Lucas.
Oh, the ball comes loose. And did he get it back, or did Nixa grab it?
I don't see any Nixa players celebrating, so I think he...
I thought it came loose unless it was something else, yeah.
But whatever the case, big first down right there. The penalty wasn't able to stop them. Wasn't a drive killer.
From the Republic 42-yard line, first down, TIG.
So the clock is running, and the Tigers in no hurry now as the clock starts to become a factor. You score at this point, and you're in very good shape. Hand the ball to Sigmund. Picks his way forward for about 2.5 yards. Out near the 44-yard line before he's brought down.
But you're right. Just as we go under 7 minutes left, there's still a lot of game left, but at the same time, we're starting to get to that point of the game where you're also kind of keeping one eye on that clock.
I will say this, speaking of my earlier anxiety, I'm a lot more comfortable comfortable being up by 8 than I am being up by 7. 7's the kind of game that goes bad at the end. At least if you're up by 8, it would have to take longer to go bad.
And I think Coach Baldwin has to burn another timeout.
Yep, didn't like the way things were developing, and so he calls a timeout with 6:26 left.
Timeout, Republic.
And we'll take a timeout as well. Tigers leading 22-14. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Here's a touchdown for your family budget. Combine your home and auto insurance and save money with State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Find her online at sarahrader.com. Vision Health Eye Center. Outstanding eye care, exceptional eyewear. From glasses, prescriptions, and contact lens fittings to emergency eye care, they help your family see, feel, and look better than they ever have before. Check them out online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. The Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency is Republic's new independent insurance agency, and that means they can shop around to get you the best price to meet your insurance needs. Whether it's home, auto, farm, or commercial insurance, call the Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency, simplifying your insurance experience.
Second down and 8 for the Tigers. As we return to action, 6:26 left in the game, and they hand it off. Nope, they didn't hand it off. I was watching Sigmund through my binoculars, and then I realized he didn't have the ball. So as bad as that play was for Lucas Hayes, it would have been worse if Sigmund had had the ball. He was back there a couple more yards. I thought it was going to be really bad.
Yeah, Alex Wentz, the linebacker, he bit. He thought that Sigmund had the ball.
Yep.
Sigmund did a really good job of making it look like he had it.
3rd down and 9. I thought he was going to fumble. He didn't even have the ball. Hayes gets the snap, looks to throw, has a man open. White catches it, has the first down. And the Tigers move the chains at a key time with 5:41 left to go in the 4th.
And that was huge. I think he just kind of did a little curl route, got exactly where he's supposed to be, and that right there is just being football aware. A receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker's at.
That better look at the action was sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health, committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. 22-14, 5:21 left to go. Tigers have the ball in Nixa territory. Hayes keeps it, drives forward for about 6 yards. And that was 2nd and 3rd effort. He's not getting a very good spot, I don't think, considering how far he lunged.
That time Lucas delivered the hit. Not too many times where QBs are the ones that are kind of running over guys.
I mean, you look at where the ball was when he went down. I think he was further up. I think at least another yard. 2nd down and about 6.
That's got to be on Nixa.
Nixa does come across that time.
Hopefully this time the referees don't call it on us. That's got to be on Nixa.
Let's see. Yep. So that time they jump across, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 1. So earlier in this drive, it was 2nd and 1, and the Tigers committed a penalty that put it back to 2nd and 6. Now it's 2nd and 6, and the Nixa penalty takes it up to 2nd and 1. And now let's see if the Tigers decide to just pound it away and run some clock with 4:42 remaining, or if they try to go for broke. Nope, Hayes is going to keep it, wraps up the ball, lowers the shoulder, takes it inside the 35 to about the 33. Move the chains, 1st down Tigers.
And what's great is, not only to get the 1st down, but you're keeping the clock running. You're keeping the ball on the ground, picking up these 1st downs. Hey, in this, about midway through the 2nd quarter up until now, our offense is night and day compared to what they look like in the 1st quarter.
Yep. 1st and 10, and Hayes with his hand on his hip, just waiting for that play clock to run down. 4:10 left to go, and he's going to let it tick down below 4 minutes before he snaps it, or at least close to 4 minutes. Now he does. Gives it to Sigmund. Sigmund's got room. Takes it inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. And a good gain by Riley Sigmund as the Tigers are trying to put the game away here.
What's also great is this drive. I can definitely tell our offensive linemen are doing such a great job of not only blocking when it's a pass play, making a great pocket for Lucas, but also driving the Nixa D-line off the line of scrimmage when it's a run play.
Down to 3:30 left. Still 14 seconds on the play clock. They'll let it tick down a little more before they snap it. Hayes gets the ball, hands it to Sigmund. Sigmund's got a huge hole, runs into the official, down inside the 15. First down, Tigers. They are on the move and into the red zone. And let's see if they can make it a perfect night in the red zone, as they're already 2 for 2. This Tigers trip to the red zone, sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com.
We have a Nixa timeout. No, Republic timeout.
So with 3:11 left in the game, we'll keep it right here.
Nixa timeout.
Okay, he pointed the wrong way.
I thought I saw Coach Rehagen doing the timeout signal over there.
So we'll keep it right here with 3:11 remaining. Tigers down to the 14-yard line. They've moved the ball well on this drive, trying to add a touchdown that would make it very difficult on Nixa, especially the way Nixa has moved the ball. And Tim Barnes during the break earlier was giving us some numbers on what Nixa's offense has been able to do, and it hasn't been much.
Yeah, less than 100 yards rushing, only 4 completions. All 4 completions were 30 yards or more, but without that, this would be a very lopsided game.
But this does not look like the same defense against, and I know Nixa's not Branson either, but Branson's losing to Neosho, or was earlier, so, you know, it's not like Branson's a world killer. I think they're an improved team over last year, but I think we've got a lot of parity in the COC this year. You almost got parity at the top among the elites, and then you got parity among everybody else. A lot of teams that could beat a lot of other teams on any given night. And I think that might be what we're seeing here. And maybe, I don't know what the score ends up at Neosho and Branson, but I think it's going to be very hard to make predictions about who wins games in the COC this year. Tigers with a first down inside the 15. They give it to Sigmund again, and he barrels his way forward to about the 12. Gain of a couple of yards on first down. Down under 3 minutes left to go.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Worst thing we can do right now is just turn the ball over. So whoever's got the ball, you know, cover that ball up, put 2 hands on it, squeeze it as tight as you can.
You're also close enough here that if you did get stopped, I think if you keep it in the middle of the field, Marco Don Juan could boot it through and give you bigger than an 8-point lead. Sigmund, no. Hayes keeps it, runs into a defender, and actually maybe ran into his own man. I think he kind of ran up the back of Hayden Moody. Ended up gaining about 3 yards. And timeout. Nixa has to burn a timeout to stop the clock with 2:21 left. So 1 timeout remaining for Nixa, 1 timeout left for Republic, and 2:21 remaining, and Republic leading by 8, 22-14. This is a lot more fun than last week. Last week was fun for about like 5 minutes when Republic got close, and then it just immediately all fell apart.
Well, hey, this is a lot more fun than it was at the end of the first quarter. The first quarter, things were not looking too good, and man, halfway through the second quarter, it's like the team woke up all of a sudden. We put together 2 great drives in that second half to take the lead and score the touchdown there right before halftime, and kind of really haven't looked back since then. It's kind of been all Republic since the middle of the second quarter.
First 4 drives, 1 first down, 4 punts. Lucas Hayes sits a possession, and then after that, the offense has been totally different.
Yeah, interesting. I had to ask Dustin Baldwin about that after the game. But Jared Hughes came out there and ran the offense and didn't do much, and Hayes came back out. It has been a different offense since then. 2:21 left. 3rd and about 5. They give it to Sigmund, and he dives forward. He's not going to have the first down. He's going to be a couple of yards short, and it's going to be 4th and 2 or 3, and it'll be interesting to see now what happens. Nixa has to call the timeout with 2:12 left, and does Marco Don Juan come out? Yep, they're going to send out Marco Don Juan.
4th down and 4.
At least they started to, but they're going to talk things over before they do with the timeout. And last-minute instructions.
I'd be worried about a block and a return.
Now who's anxious?
I would make Nixa drive 90-plus yards just to tie me.
That and, I mean, they don't have any timeouts. I mean, they're done, so they can't stop the clock.
That I can't believe you guys are saying that. You got a chance to make it a 2-possession game with 2:12 left. That's playing it too safe.
Nah, I like the going for the first down, getting that first down, and keeping the ball in our hands.
You can't.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, that's. I guess. All right. That's not how Tim phrased it. All right. Big kick here by Don Juan. Snap is good. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is good.
Right.
And the Tigers lead it 25-14, just as I said.
Earlier, I remember you saying you don't like to give predictions, so I'm not sure.
Well, I didn't predict it. I just said what was right.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So 25-14, an 11-point lead with 2:07 left, and the Tigers are in real good shape now. Just need to pin Nixa deep and make them work, and get an opportunity to pick up their first win of the season. Remember last year, after that tough game against Branson, then they lost at Nixa, a close one. They started 0-3.
Right, and all the games were close.
Yeah.
I mean, you think that Carl Junction game that came down to the very end.
Yeah, I try not to think about that.
I mean, it was just, but I'm just saying there were several games that one little thing goes here and there, and we've got a winning record last year.
Yep.
But that's okay. That was last year. This is this year. Man, we looked so great in the second half of this game.
And this was really this has been pretty decisive since that early going. If they get some coverage on this kick, which they do, and Appleberry is there to drive him back. Here comes his teammates, and nothing doing for Nixa on the return.
First there for the Tigers with the tackle.
And Nixa's going to take over with a long way to go, and the train horn sounds.
Love it. And again, what's huge here is not only, is it a 2-possession game, but the fact that Nixa doesn't have any timeouts. So the only way they can really, stop the clock is if they try to get out of bounds. Do some plays that take your ball carrier close to the sideline. Other than that, the clock's just going to keep rolling.
And a Tory water break with 2 minutes left to go. And a 25-14 lead, 11 points. Tigers leading Nixa. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the conclusion of this one after this.
Heinz Street Pharmacy delivers prescriptions right to your door, and they can often save you money compared to what you're paying at the big box pharmacies. And their drive-up window can help you avoid long lines on your way home from work, too. Heinz Street Pharmacy. Experience the hometown difference. Whether you have a hole in your roof or you're missing a single shingle, you know who to call in Republic. It's Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing. Give them a call at 869-0444 or find them online at absoluteroofers.com.
Potts looks to throw, doesn't have anybody. Now he does. Slings it upfield, tipped and broken up. Nice play upfield. Getting a hand on it was Landon Porter. Let's take a look at that defensive play again.
Man, he was awfully close to being past the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
Look at Porter kind of backpedaling to get in position on this and then reaches up and makes the play. That better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. Potts is going to throw it up top, up the sideline. Well covered, nothing doing, overthrew everybody anyway. Good coverage by Easton Prevost over on the far sideline. And Appleberry was over there as well. So 3rd and 10. 1:47 left. Could be 2 more plays before the Tigers can just run out the clock and celebrate. I'd say Lucas Hayes is. Anybody else stand out as a player of the game to either of you? But he really played well. Got any other nominations or anybody that stands out? 3rd and 10. And being pursued, getting rid of it, and completing the pass over on the far sideline is Potts.
To the 35-yard line, a yard
completed to Isaac Forbes.
Isaac Forbes, number 88, with the catch.
I agree with you, Lucas.
Driven out of bounds by Jaden Appleberry.
I know Gavin Walker had a handful of receptions.
And Sigmund played well in the second half on that last drive. He had a big drive, and that may have been the drive of the game.
I also want to give some credit to the O-line. The O-line doing a great job of blocking for Lucas when he had to pass it, and obviously making some big holes there for Sigmund to run through.
And that may have been the biggest turnaround in the game, is the play of the offensive line. Little screen pass over to the far side, and it's going to be a first down out near midfield.
I think there was going to be a block in the back. White Hat was slow to throw the flag.
47-yard line. Penalty flag at the 34.
I didn't see that one, but
Catch made by Caleb Pierce.
talking things over and trying to decide what the call exactly is. Still waiting. I don't know if he's going to pay. He's going to wave it off.
He's going to wave it off.
So I'm not sure why, but 1:31 left. Some of the Republic fans also thought it was a block in the back and were anticipating that, and then saw it get waved off with 1:31 remaining. So a first down for Nixa out near midfield. And the ball is on the 47-yard line.
47.
Clock starts rolling again, down under a minute and a half left. Potts throws another screen, and a nice play by Appleberry. Comes in and ankle tackles the receiver, Brendan Lovekamp.
We have another flag thrown on this play, so that's going to stop the clock.
1:22 remaining. And that one's against Nixa.
Do you decline that?
I don't think it matters.
I'm just saying, just to kind of.
Nope, they're going to take it.
Illegal shift on the offense. Penalty is 5 yards. Still first down.
Illegal shift and penalty moves the ball back to the 42-yard line. 1st and 15 for Nixa.
Boy, Nixa just kind of looking over at the far sideline as Nixa is going to pass, I think. Nope, a run.
Don't let him get out of bounds.
Out of bounds at about the 50-yard line.
Advances into midfield.
Potts gets a gain of about 8, and it's going to bring up.
Out of bounds by Evan Smith.
He's going to have about 8 yards to go. Evan Smith ran him out of bounds. Started to say, looking over through the binoculars at the far side, and Nix's student section is out in force. Republic's is too. You can't see it as well from our side because their backs are to us and they're down low on the bleachers. But Nixa always travels well also. Long pass upfield is going to go out of bounds. Landed almost on the track. Intended for Sam Cochran. And it brings up 3rd down. And about 7.
defense has 2 turnovers, forced 4 punts, and Nixa has turned the ball over on downs 4 times. Wow.
So
it's a total of 10.
So that would indicate a decisive win, and that an 11-point win, not super decisive, but and a big hit by Holland after the completion down inside the 30. Holland rocked him, 54 seconds left. Boy, that field goal is looking pretty good right now with Nixa down inside the 30 of Republic with 49 seconds left. But they would need to score and have a miracle happen. They complete the pass over the middle, and again, Holland comes up and makes the hit. Another first down, but that takes it down to the 15. No timeouts. First down stops the clock temporarily, and now it starts up again. Down to 35 left. Under pressure, Potts gets away, slings it and bounces it, incomplete. 23 seconds left. Brings up second down and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Nate Nixon, the intended receiver for Nixa.
Referee Republic calling timeout. So that should end our timeout.
Water break, I guess.
Second down and 10 for the Eagles from the Republic 15-yard line. Timeout Republic.
Nope, timeout Republic.
Their third and final timeout.
Just wants to
now out of timeouts.
have them catch their breath.
Yeah. Yep. The offense is getting up to the line of scrimmage real quick, and the defense isn't able to keep up.
We'll take a quick break as well. 23 seconds left. Tigers lead by 11. Back with more after this.
Pinnaker Chevrolet is hitting the big 4-0, and we are celebrating. Hi, this is Abby Pinnaker Rose. I am so excited that we are celebrating my father opening the doors to Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic 40 years ago. We still work by the values he started in 1979, to value each and every customer and to exceed every expectation. If you are looking for a new vehicle, have yours serviced, or need some body repair, stop by and make sure to tell Ed happy anniversary. Find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
Second down and 10. Nixa trailing by 11, trying to get on the scoreboard. Potts is going to throw it, and it is incomplete. Broken up down near the goal line by Holland. And that was a good defensive play by Blake Holland to break up the pass.
Again, QB was really close to being past the line of scrimmage when he throws that ball.
Came in there and knocked it away. Third and 10 with 16 seconds left. Neither team has any timeouts left. They throw it up the sideline and just get it out of bounds. So with 12 seconds left, brings up fourth down.
The last play of the game right here, hopefully. Defense comes up big.
Lander knocked him out of bounds.
Fourth down and 9 for the Eagles from the Republic 14.
Prevo coming in.
Oh, yep, Prevo.
Extra corner, extra safety back there to defend the pass.
Rolling out and getting away from one tackler. Trying to get to the corner. Potts is kept out of the end zone, ushered out of bounds with 1 second left. So Nixa will have an opportunity to score on the last play of the game because that was the first down. So it was 4th and 9. He got the first down, didn't get in the end zone, but he got out of bounds. So it's 1st and goal.
1 second left on the clock.
1 second left from the 3-yard line. And this is just playing for pride, pure and simple. Just gives the Retmo ambush extra few minutes to do some taunting. And a pass in the end zone broken up.
All right.
And that's a win for the Tigers. 25-14, the final score. Republic comes back after a rough start and knocks off Nixa. And they improved to 1-1 on the season, and that is a big win for Dustin Baldwin's Tigers. We're going to take a break and be back to wrap things up after this timeout. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Hashtag Casasa. Hashtag Mid-Missouri Bank.
What you doing?
Taking a Casasa selfie.
Casasa selfie?
Yeah, when I get Casasa cash back at Mid-Missouri Bank, I take a Mid-Mo Casasa selfie.
You do take a lot of selfies.
Right. When I get cash back for lunch break debit card swipes, Mid-Mo Casasa selfie. When I get cash back for weekend debit card swipes,
let me guess, Mid-Mo Casasa selfie?
Mid-Missouri Bank is building the community bank of the future in the Ozarks today. Visit midmobank.com, member FDIC.
State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a better state.
Well, Tigers win it 25-14. As I mentioned earlier, rough start, and Lucas Hayes really turned things around. Tim Barnes has some numbers on him.
Yeah, he went 15 out of 26, 169 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Also added 19 carries for 73 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Wow, big night for Lucas Hayes, and that's good to see. The senior get it done and led the Tigers to victory. Rich Miles, final thoughts.
Man, whatever was done when Lucas, came out, and the adjustments that were made from that point on when Lucas came out was night and day. And what was great is it was a great ball game by all parts of the Republic Tiger team. It was special teams with the field goal that, at the end of the game. It was the kickoff and the kick return, the defense coming in strong, and the offense finally, gelling together mid-second quarter all the way to the end of the game. It was just an all-around great effort by the Republic Tiger team. And what a way to get our momentum going for the rest of the season as we start getting into, the more difficult part of our schedule.
Once again, the final, Republic 25, Nixa 14. Thanks for watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.